The power's gone. Oh, the beautiful left!
Black and red.
Oh, he's out! It's a knockout!
Get the blood pouring out of the head.
Sanchez has got this! Knocks him down, looking to finish. Plessis has got blood. Leg head kick, knockout, but with the ball!
Someone's gonna go down. Big shot, that left hook landed on the money.
Oh, okay, hands up as well.
And there's another one. This is... And now, 3 rounds in the EFC middleweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, a mixed martial artist undefeated. 3 wins, 0 defeats, 1 no contest. 75'11" tall, weighing in at 184 pounds. Fighting out of Boksburg, South Africa. I give you Umzwandile Snakebone Hlongwa. And now his opponent, standing across the hexagon, fighting out of the blue corner, a mixed martial artist with an undefeated record of 5 wins, 0 defeats, standing 6'1" tall, weighing in at 184 pounds, fighting out of Bergen, Norway. Make some noise for Torbjorn Madsen! Your referee when the action begins is Vickers Swart.
The beautiful Lassetti joining us this evening at Grand West in Cape Town. Girls are looking forward to a fight
Hey, they're
themselves.
having a good time. They may throw down right there in the chairs.
I had that finished in the
I'd
first
watch.
round. Yeah. Don't blink, folks. This fight is going to be an absolute cracker.
It's a good one. Torbjorn Madsen, and that man is snake bone. I call him snake busy. That's how tight we are. Round 1. Brought to you by Dragon Energy. The power is yours. Torbjorn not wasting any time in the black, in the red. Umzwandile Hlongwa.
Umzwandile's got some nice counters, though.
Yes, he does. Those straight rights are nasty. Torbjorn, though, is going to test him. He is playing the aggressor. He wants a takedown.
He does want a takedown. He wants to clinch up and sweep.
Not going to be easy to do, man. You're talking about just like a brick wall, these Hlongwa brothers.
Yeah, he's got good takedown defense, but man, Torbjorn Madsen has some superb sweeps, some great leg sweeps, and wonderful hip throws. I mean, he is primed on taking his opponent down to the ground as soon as possible, and he does.
Oh no, he does not. Hey, a little premature there, Stevens. Hlongwa does not go down. Out.
Ooh, bad leg kick as well. Torbjorn Madsen just smiles it off.
Oh, right back at you. Let's trade them. Kick for kick. There's that kick again. Do not count out the Hlongwa brothers. These guys are legit. Umzwandile has been a little bit more successful than his brother.
Yeah, both these guys. Oh, fantastic spinning back elbow.
Oh my God!
What a knockout.
What just happened? What just happened?
Madsen is completely out.
Whoa!
Probably the greatest knockout we've seen this year in the history of the EFC.
My God!
What a spinning back elbow.
Did he just put in a cheat code?
Absolutely.
What was that?
That was phenomenal.
This isn't Street Fighter. This isn't Tekken. That was incredible. Snake Bro, you monster.
A spinning back elbow from hell. I don't think we've seen a knockout in EFC like that. Have you ever seen a knockout like that in your history of sports commentating, Cyrus Fees?
That just beats the Elaine Alunga kick. That just beat it. It's out. It's gone. I love you, Elaine. But that was the dopest knockout I have ever seen in EFC history. Give me 17 replays, please. 1, 2.
That was a massive shot. Set it up with a punch, and he fell down like a piece of lumber.
One more time.
It was the right that followed up with a spinning elbow, and it landed just plumb on the side of Madsen's head.
One more. Give me another one.
That connected perfectly. I think you can ask for a better spinning back elbow than that. It was just a left and then a spin around, and using all the momentum of the spin and the back end of the elbow right on the side of Madsen's head, and the Norwegian is completely out for the count. An absolute phenomenal knockout.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Heretic called a stop to the contest at 1 minute 11 seconds of round number 1. Your winner by way of knockout, Umswantile Snakebone Hlongwa.
When these little guys go to work.
And right from Popeye straight away. Clinching up.
Oh,
Beautiful toss.
inside arm, stop him from turning. Oh, good transition.
Good left on disengage, and Plies does their own takedown.
Straight onto the ankle lock.
Nothing going on
That's
there.
deep.
Got some nasty rights from Plies, he's wincing. Very
Takes the-
patient defense from Plies. Beautifully done.
And he wants to keep on that 2-1.
he's
Good
back on
reversal.
top.
Into the armbar though.
Great work by Popeye.
Oh, that's deep.
Oh, that looks
That's
nasty.
very extended.
Surely he's got a tap from here.
Oh,
Popeye,
he
how
lost
did he
it.
escape? What beautiful show of guts from Salahuddin Plies.
That's all that was. That was a big hyper extension. Big elbows to
nasty
the
elbows.
sternum. Oh, those into the ribs. Those are definitely hurting. Foot sweep. Boom. Oh, how he escaped that. I knew a full extension
how
as
bent
he's
that elbow is.
low kicks. Big. Oh,
good
left
left.
hook. Oh, low kick. Oh, big left
Good
hook. Oh,
left
he's
from
wobbly on
Plies,
that
and he's
one.
wobbled.
Looking for that left
Oh,
hook.
it's a good left from
Fake
Popeye
jab.
there.
Little knee. Popeye just throwing. He's still in this.
It's a good right from
Oh,
Popeye.
big right hand.
Oh, it's a nice reply from Plies. He's starting to lay it on. He's looking for the finish.
Crowd is going absolutely wild. Popeye's still in this. Tired, but he's still giving just as good as he's getting. Planky's just walking him down. The power's gone.
Oh, it's a beautiful left from Popeye! And Salahuddin Plies is out! What an incredible left hook! And a return to the winning column for Popeye Alves from Brazil. Out of nowhere, the arena is in shocks. Incredible left hook from Alves to knock out Salahuddin Plies. And he is still out. What a picture! Unbelievable win for Magno Popeye Alves. Out of nowhere.
Just as I said, he had no more power in his hands. Good nuts. Wow. Absolutely lit him up and put him lights out. Still unconscious. The doctors are looking at him.
He stumbles up, does Popeye. He's trying to climb the fence. I completely think that's not a great idea. He'll probably fall over. I don't know how he has the strength to do that.
You could see how tired he was, looking down. Bang! Oh!
That was just perfectly placed, wasn't it? I mean, the Pop had left his punches quite a while ago, but it was just an absolute perfectly landed left hook.
Reminds me of a
Let's take a look at it again.
schoolyard fight when you're exhausted and out of nowhere you deliver. Oh, wow. Plankies was actually walking him down because there was just nothing left in those hands, and then he just comes up with that.
Great intervention from referee Ferdy Basson there,
Cutting
preventing
off.
any follow-up.
Plankies
The direction of the play completely.
short and absolutely sharp. He was under so much pressure. He saw his opportunity and wham.
And a really good intervention, as I said, by referee Ferdy Basson, preventing any follow-up shots. It was just a perfect placement. It was just absolutely on the button. Like I said, it didn't have all the torque in the world, but really absolutely beautifully placed. Get the official result now and put it in the record books with Kotso Bilal Ramapo.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Ferdy Basson has called a stop to this contest at 4 minutes and 12 seconds of the third round, declaring your winner by knockout in the red corner, all the way from Brazil, Magno Popeye Alves!
And now, ladies and gentlemen, your co-main event of the evening. 3 rounds in the EFC Bantamweight division. Introducing first, the fighter fighting out of the red corner. He is a mixed martial artist with a record of 7 wins and 3 defeats. He stands 1.65 meters tall and weighs in at 60 kilos. Fighting out of Cape Town, South Africa, I give you Tumisang, the President, Mediba. And now his opponent, standing across the hexagon and fighting out of the blue corner, a mixed martial artist with a professional record of 11 wins and 3 defeats, standing 1.7 meters tall, weighing in at 61 kilos. Fighting out of Queenstown, New Zealand, Urshad White Tiger Sanchez. Sayed. Your referee when the action begins, Ferdy Bassan.
The RDG Hexagon girls, if you have an out-of-warranty Isuzu KB300 automatic that needs a gearbox or differential repair, call RDG now to take advantage of their autumn specials.
It's the White Tiger, Ershad Sayed, former interim bantamweight champion, taking on the newly bantamweight Tumisang Mediba, the president.
Fighter, you ready? You ready? Fight!
And Ferdy Bassan gets us started. Time to go to work for these two. 3 rounds. In the yellow is Mediba, in the black and the white, Ershad Sayed. Round 1 brought to you by 7 Stars. Mediba pops him. Nice shot. Beautiful right straight by Tumisang Mediba.
Ershad Sayed very quickly to let Tumisang know it was a slip so he doesn't get too excited, but he's on his bicycle and heading backwards here early on. Tumisang is asking some big questions here of Ershad Sayed. He's landing big shots.
Wow, right down the middle. Tumisang Mediba going after it. We talked about the power advantage. Tumisang Mediba most definitely is going to have that advantage. Can he capitalize? Right hands. The president is landing. Beautiful knees and giving.
Drops down for
Sayed
that
all he
single
can handle.
leg. Tumisang looks to complete it. Ershad Sayed manages to get back to his feet quite quickly though.
If you're Mediba, do you go to the ground right now or do you continue standing? He had so much success there in the first minute.
Absolutely. I'd create some distance and just start hammering him. I don't think we've seen Ershad Sayed been hit like this by anyone in the organization as yet.
Until the White Tiger answers those questions on the feet. If I'm Mediba, I go ahead and stand.
Wow, Tumisang looks so focused and so on tonight.
This is the fight of his life. Tumisang Mediba makes it up to the co-main event if he can win it.
Shot for a massive takedown.
Title aspirations.
Beautiful by Ershad Sayed. He's weathered this initial storm,
Well,
and this is his world.
This is textbook by Ershad Sayed. He's done this so many times before. Such a technical fighter. He can grind it out. He can strike with you. Now sits in half guard.
Tumisang though looking for the reversal. He's going to get it. Wall walks and pushed off. So certainly he has not lost any power, dropping down to
He's got a
bantam.
hold of that guillotine.
Ershad shouldn't be too worried by this, although
Standing
now he pulls out.
guillotine. Is he going to get him? Is he going to get him?
Squeezing and squeezing and
Is
squeezing.
Tumi
Can he
gonna
get this?
win?
Tumisang is trying to take the head off of his body.
Oh my goodness.
Cranking, lifting him up off the floor, drops him down.
And he is trying to put him away, and he doesn't.
How did he fight out of that? My goodness.
Sayed survives. The skill of Sayed. The will of Ershad Sayed.
How much did it take out of Tumisang's arms, though? He literally had him raised off of the canvas, trying to get the guillotine.
Reminisce of the Dave Mazzani, Leon Mainhart standing guillotine, and it looked like that was going to be the end. But the consummate professional, the elite fighter that is Ershad Sayed, hung in there.
Sayed now striking from full guard. Tumisang probably just taking a moment here to recoup after just blasting his arms around the neck and just holding on for dear life.
That could be a mental blow here for Ershad Sayed, not able to put him away when he was so close. Does he get frustrated and let the White Tiger in?
Now again, he tries to wall walk. Does Tumisang Mediba. Worked very successfully a couple minutes ago.
He is literally wall walking. You're absolutely right. He is trying to get that reversal again. It's going to be a little bit more difficult from this position.
Well, that's the veteran at Ershad Sayed, is he felt him getting up onto the wall and he just sort of moved his body a little bit away from the fence, so he doesn't quite have as much leverage off of it.
He is a technician, is Ershad Sayed, and we're seeing that right now as he grinds it out.
Now looking for the mount, but Tumisang manages to reverse it. Now Sayed is landing some shots. In half guard again.
Movements by Tumisang, not giving up that full mount. He felt it coming, and he quickly bucked his hips and got out of the way. Just less than a minute in round number 1. A very entertaining, exciting round 1 in this one.
Absolutely, Sayed looking to pass, but Tumisang has a hold of that left leg now. Postures up, and Tumisang gets back to his feet. Can he get some distance between the two of them and go back to striking where he had a lot of success early in this first round?
The heart of
Spinning
Tumisang
back elbow
Mediba.
lands, and Mediba does the same.
Oh, he
might be in
smashes
trouble
him.
here.
Big
My goodness, he
elbow.
goes back to the guillotine again.
He's
Can he
gonna
lock his
try to
hands
get
together?
it.
He
Oh,
might
he's
have
locked
this
in.
He might
In
have
half
this
guard. Can he get it?
Sayed rolls over. He's in half guard. I think he's out of trouble here, Cyrus.
I think he is as well.
Wow.
Tumisang
the
going for the
heart.
kill.
My goodness, the heart of Ishod Sayed.
Wow, I'll tell you, Tumisang Mediba giving Sayed all he can handle, and somehow, some way, the White Tiger is still beating. Wow. That's what you paid for, folks. That right there.
Certainly Ishod Sayed is having a lot of difficulty with the power of Tumisang Mediba. He's rocked him with a couple of punches, and now officially I think we can count that as a knockdown.
I would
that
imagine.
spinning back fist, that first one, sure, he could have been off for balance, but there's no doubt about that last shot that landed. Man, oh man, the conditioning of Sayed as well to recover from that. But boom,
That
there
was
it
a
is.
nice shot and absolutely crumbled him. It looked like he was off balance. But that being said, he ate a lot of that forearm.
My goodness me.
Let's take a look at it again.
But boom, how's the timing on that? That rocked him hard, absolutely.
Mediba is in exquisite form right now. Elite form is Tumisang Mediba. There's been times where you wonder, is he going to take the next step?
Yeah.
Is he going to get to the next level? And right now he's showing that he is at that next level. And if he can stay here in the bantamweight division regardless, man, you're talking about a guy that's going to be at the top of the
Oh,
heap.
absolutely. You're looking, just having a look over to his corner. He is not breathing heavy. He didn't have to take any sort of big, massive gasps. So
called
he is
focus.
super fit, so focused. He is a man on a mission. Goodness me. Ishod Sayed is in the fight of his life right now.
Ready? Fight!
Bazan starts us here for round number 2. Invigorating energy, that 7 stars, fill your body with what it needs. Here comes Mediba once again, no surprise. Big right hand, he landed that one, Dirk.
Sayed is in trouble here, Cyrus. He has to shoot for a takedown. Tumisang is picking him apart in the feet, and he's landing very telling blows.
Mediba looks like a rabid animal right now, just not settling for anything.
Mixes it up with a big leg kick, but certainly, again, jab finds its mark. Right hand finds its mark.
left
Left
hand.
again. How's the boxing of this man tonight?
Just not letting Sayed operate at all. Mediba is chasing him, and that's a big head kick.
Can he keep up the pace, though, that he's been going at? That's the big question. Can he still throw with that same amount of power?
Nice
Now,
right
Sayed lands
hand
a
by
couple of
Sayed.
shots of his own.
Now Sayed's starting to land a few of his own, employing his own offense. Big elbow coming through. Closing the distance, right hand. Mediba coming through. The president.
Just throwing a little bit frantic right now. He's not landing too many of these punches, whereas in the first round he had pinpoint accuracy. Spinning
Beautiful
back
spinning
elbow again, and now right hand fired straight down the pipe.
You take too many of those chances, you leave yourself wide open. Mediba has to be careful with the spinning.
Sayed has got this.
Right to left hand.
Knocks
Did he
him
knock him
down.
out?
Looking to finish.
Sayed
Referee
stops
jumped
him.
in.
The White
My
Tiger.
goodness.
Oh my
No way.
goodness. That's
Ishod
what it is.
Sayed, take a bow, sir.
Absolutely. A game performance from that man. Tumisang Mediba gave him everything that he had. But the White
Wow.
Tiger is still right at the top of the bantamweight division. To Mark Penna, we could have a rematch on our hands.
Wow. Talk about the performance that Mediba put on. He asked a lot of questions. He landed some really telling blows.
We
But
talked
the
about the
words out of your
power.
mouth just went cold. He said he can't take too many of these, and he took one or two too many, and just the carelessness and the power of Sayed. Wow.
NPL action replay, he sets it up with a body shot, and boom.
Double-
Two quick
double
left
left
hooks. Yep.
Textbook stuff. Ishod Sayed, man oh man, he took a lot of punishment early on in that first round. Came back here, landed some really telling blows. Absolutely incredible. Here's a different angle. Boom. Again and again with the heavy hands from both guys. Shot to the body. Boom, but boom. drops him down, goes in for the finish. Great stoppage by our referee. Solid performance tonight by Ishad Syed. But Tumisang Mediba was certainly in this fight from the very first second as well. His head can be held up high. Certainly a successful debut in terms of performance, but not so much in terms of the result for Tumisang Mediba. And here we go, Cyrus V's ready with our official result.
Referee Ferdy Bassan calls a stop to the contest at 1 minute 33 seconds of round number 2. Your winner by TKO due to strikes, Irshad, the White Tiger, Syed.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the co-main event of the evening. 3 rounds in the EFC lightweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner. This man is a mixed martial artist with a pro record of 22 wins and 12 losses. He stands 1.74 meters tall, weighing in at 72 kilograms. Fighting out of Johannesburg, South Africa, Paulo Bananada Silva. And now introducing his opponent. He's fighting out of the blue corner. This man is a mixed martial artist with a pro record of 9 wins and 1 loss. He stands 1.75 meters tall, weighing in at 69 kilograms. Fighting out of Johannesburg, South Africa, the current EFC featherweight champion of the world, Iga Somali Kabesa. And when the action begins, our referee in charge is Bobby Karagianidis.
Well, you know we can't get the fight started without these beautiful EFC Hexagon girls. Take a look at them. Wow.
Lightweight action. Iga Kabesa, Smiley. Taking on the Brazilian, Bananada.
Okay, ready. All ready. Fight.
Round 1 is underway, and it's brought to you by Dragon Energy, specifically designed to maximize mental and physical performance. Dragon Energy in the white, the very small fight shorts. That is Bananada in the black. Smiley Kabesa.
Iga Kabesa, as we've expected, very light on his feet, bounces around, moves in, moves out in that southpaw stance. Paulo da Silva in the orthodox, more traditional stance. Also light on his feet, ready to fire whenever it's needed.
Yeah, during the face-off at the weigh-ins, Iga was bouncing like he always does. And then all of a sudden, Paulo Silva started doing the same thing. He couldn't help himself, and they were both just bouncing at the weigh-ins. Very intense face-off. Bananada, you know, this is a guy that's been there so many times. No opponent is going to scare him or back him down at all.
Well, he's been all over the world. He has seen it all. Good right hand by the Brazilian. Iga going in with that leading side kick.
Bananada trying to take down the superior wrestler in Iga Kabesa, and he is pushing that weight on him. And he does have a lot of weight on him, Dirk. You look at the difference between these two, and it looks like night and day when you're talking about the stature, the weight, and he's putting a lot on him right now.
Yeah, he is a big lightweight, make no mistake about that.
And he didn't even make lightweight. I mean, he was 72 and a half, I believe, is when he weighed in. Not to mention how much he's put on since then, and it's just so much more than Kabesa.
And yeah, you can see it, he's physically domineering Iga up against the fence. Now Iga's trying to swim in, get those underhooks, which he has secured. Hands clasped together. Can he work for a takedown from here? Get top position.
Kabesa now reverses thing up against the fence. Now he's going to look to operate. You know, the one thing we've talked about with Kabesa, and if there's ever been a downfall, is when he left Fight Fit Militia, he just bounced around so much. It seems like he's never really found a home. And obviously he's with Walter Wendt now, and has a great group, and Cosmo Zulu, and all these great fighters. That being said, how long will he stay there? I think that's going to have a lot to do with his continued success.
Good striking by Kabesa.
Okay, here comes Kabesa.
Paulo shoots him for a takedown almost immediately, and he's going to get this.
No, Kabesa used a little bit of the fence just
I think
enough
it was
to keep
a
himself
little bit
up.
unfair. I think he would have definitely been taken down from there.
Wow, look how good Kabesa is at keeping his feet underneath him. You're talking about a superior wrestler, a guy that has absolutely tuned everybody he's
Yeah,
got.
that is just levels and levels of wrestling by Igor Kabesa. So manages to get back up.
Let's talk about the energy that's being expended by Bananada right now. He's trying so hard to get a takedown, and he's using a lot of strength.
Well, he's pushing in his front of his own corner as when you see Kabesa's looking over at his corner, almost asking, you know, what's next? What do I need to do? 2 minutes remaining in this first round, and it's been a lot of him defending a takedown so far.
This is a 3-round fight. This is not a 5-rounder. You don't have time.
Gives up his back. Got taken down there, but jumped up right back to his feet very quickly. And it's not often you actually see Igor get taken down to the ground.
Silva doing a fantastic job against Kabesa so far.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And you almost have to think whatever the game plan was for Kabesa, if he wanted to stand and trade and keep distance between the two of them, you have to think that he needs to go back to his bread and butter, get some distance between them, put him on his back and grind it out from there. Because so far, the Silva, I think, has surprised everyone by actually shooting in and looking for that takedown, backing himself, knows he's got a superior jiu-jitsu game.
Just the way he swims and the way he stays on Kabesa is really incredible. Kabesa's always working his arm, looking for underhooks, trying to get out of there. But Bananada is sticking with Kabesa the best way he can. And he's doing a great job.
He's pushing all his weight onto him. He's really grinding. Bobby Kurjanidis has seen enough.
I like that separation.
It's a great separation. It's went on for quite some time. And big little kick him out.
Here we go again. Big swings from Kabesa.
And now Kabesa has the Silva pressed up against the fence. And what can he do from here?
If he can get a definitive one, right?
If he can get a good takedown, absolutely. He can maybe edge the round here. So far, it's been a very tight, very tough round. They're sort of screaming at Kabesa to hit him and smiling at him.
Wow. Let me tell you something. Coming up in Brazil, obviously I can't vouch for it. That being said, these guys fight from such a young age. They get put through such rigorous training. It takes a lot to inflict pain on one of these tough Brazilian fighters.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, that's its birthplace, and these guys start rolling at a very, very young age. And we know the old school Vanderlei Silva, bare-knuckle Vale Tudo fights that the guys had. Absolutely mental. Absolutely mental.
There's definitely an underground scene, to say the least. And Rostonic has your action replay here from round number 1. Some great striking. There's a big right hand from Paulo Silva.
Both landed some strikes. Both pushed their opponent up against the fence. It's super tough round to score. I don't think either of these guys were definitive in their offense. If anything, Paulo Silva maybe had more control when he pushed Igor up against the fence for as long as what he did, but a very tough round to score.
Ready. Ready. Fight.
Here we go. Round 2 from Johannesburg. EFC 67. Round 2 brought to you by Dragon Energy, official energy drink of the Extreme Fighting Championship. Big swing and a miss there by Bananada. The younger, faster Kabesa is landing. Bananada up against the fence. This could be trouble for the Brazilian.
It looked for a moment as if Kabesa hurt him with that right hand. I think he has recovered now, though. Kabesa looking solid on the stand-up, but still he's swinging a little bit wildly for me. And against a power puncher like Paulo Silva, you have to watch out. You can't just throw caution to the wind. We know he's got a good chin. He has been tested before. But use the hand, set up that takedown, go to what you're good at. So far it's been so close. You don't want it to go to the judges, especially if it was the way the first round went.
And you're almost playing into the strengths of Bananada, a bigger, stronger guy trying to work that clinch. You want to see a separation. You want to see him do what he does best. I agree. And now he's just going to straight up play the power game with Bananada. And to his credit, he is in a dominating position up against the fence. He got warned by Bobby Kurjanidis for shots in the back of the head to Bananada.
It was interesting. Igor was looking for the big throw, and I think he might also be struggling a bit with the size, the weight, the strength of Paulo Silva. It's not so important for guys to make weight, and there's a reason for weight divisions.
struggle. You can clearly see him struggling with the weight difference. If a guy can make 17, he goes back up to 80 the next day. Good for him.
Well, listen, we have to give credit and props to Kabesa for taking the fight. He didn't have to take the fight, especially after the missed weight. He didn't have to take another opponent, for that matter. That was something that he decided to do. He could have laid out. He could have just enjoyed the fight from the stands, but he wanted to fight.
Yeah, absolutely. And 2.9 kilos over is a lot over. I think it's certainly showing at the moment.
But definitely the quickness of Kabesa and the strength as well. And we're going to get a separation. Separation, there we go.
And keep in mind, Ende has been training for a 5-round fight.
Ooh, right down the middle.
Really ready to go. He has to be careful. That's exactly what I was talking about. A massive 1-2 by Silva, and it lands.
Ooh, these shots are on point. He's been learning a lot from Zulu Boy, because those strikes are very accurate.
He's landing though, but Paulo landed 2 big shots right in the beginning of that exchange.
I think Kabesa got the most of it though.
Definitely towards the end of the exchange, yes, he certainly did, but he has to be wary, and I just don't understand guys that fall in love with the striking when they are so good on the ground. Use your hands, throw a couple of shots, shoot for the big takedown, put your opponent on his back. That's your bread and butter. Maybe also because he knows his title isn't on the line here. He's willing to try something a bit different, take some chances.
Kabesa, a very, very confident young man. And here we go once again. He looks up at the clock.
That's concerning. That is concerning, and he looked up at the clock.
He's out.
And finishes it.
He knocks his block off. My God. Whoa. Folks, I think he might have learned some striking. He is a dangerous, dangerous man, ladies and gentlemen. Whoa. Beautiful. I got to see that one again. Restonic brings you this replay. Wow, so fast.
Oh, spinning elbow.
Back elbow.
That's the fancy stuff that gets the win. I eat my words about the striking. Let him strike all day long.
Are you kidding me?
That is an early contender, first event of the year. That could be knockout of the year right there. You never see those land.
I don't even know that he meant to throw it. I mean, it's just almost hit by circumstance. But that was beautiful. Of course, he's going to claim that he meant to throw it.
And he should. And he should.
Of course he should. Spinning back elbow. That was special.
Yeah, that's insane. That's absolutely insane. You see guys throw it, and it just never works. It just never works.
Egan learned how to strike. What can we say? I mean, I get it. Go with what you're good at, but when you're good at striking too, throw it out there. And he made a statement. Wow. That was beautiful. Check out that replay again.
One more time. Here we go.
Different angle. Oh, yeah.
He knows. That was completely intended.
He meant it. Wow. On the button.
Top shot.
Oh,
wow.
Good night, Bananada. R.I.P. Bananada.
Silly boy in the corner. It looks like they have practiced that because he's showing it in replay again and again and again. Incredible performance by Kabesa.
You have to be entertained with that, EFC fans. Giving you some good stuff to kick off 2018. Shane the Duke Wellington, put a bow on it.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Bobby Karajanides has called a stop to this contest 3 minutes and 21 seconds into the second round, declaring the winner by TKO due to strikes, Iga Smiley Kabesa.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live! Proudly brought to you by World Sports Betting. This is EFC 113. 3 rounds in the EFC lightweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, a kickboxer with 6 wins and 3 losses. He stands at 5'9", weighing in at 153.4 pounds, fighting out of Secunda, South Africa. Welcome, Vince Bambay! And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner, a kickboxer with 5 wins and 4 losses. He stands at 5'11", weighing in at 155.5 pounds, fighting out of Cape Town, South Africa. Welcome, Adrian Sanchez! Your referee for this bout, referee Brad Block.
There's my guy, Brad Block, third man inside of the hexagon this evening. EFC 113 main card is on the way. Man, a lot to follow. I mean, just you think about what the prelim card did and really set the standard for tonight. Speaking of setting the standard, my goodness, that right there is Nelly. She is our Ignite model tonight alongside Shelly. You can elevate your vape experience with Ignite Premium Vapes. Ignite. Adrian Sanchez. Vince Bambay.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Let's go.
Oh, you know we're ready, Brad Block. Round 1 brought to you by Dragon Energy Drink, official energy drink of the EFC. Sanchez is in the pink, the aforementioned, and in the black and red.
Oh, he's out! It's a knockout! Bambay wins! Oh, what a knockout for Vince Bambay!
Baby!
Absolutely incredible!
Holy moly. Do we got a record on our hands? Do we got a record on our hands? Was it 5 seconds?
Has to be. Not even, Cyrus Spears has not even got to the Dragon Energy introductions. And Vince Bambay just swarmed forward. I think it was the second shot that put Sanchez down. Spectacular KO for Bambay.
Come on, EFC, are you not entertained? Are you not entertained out there? Vince Bambay just made a statement. If that doesn't punch a ticket to a title fight, I don't know what does. That was money in the bank, right on the chin of Adrian Sanchez. And we will get the official time on that, but that's got to be a record. I mean, that was something special. Simon, you know, we knew Bambay was good. We know how electrifying he is, but I don't know that we really saw the 5-6 second knockout coming.
Well, it was a fast knockout to Piwa Kadikadi. But with all due respect, Adrian Sanchez is a very different fighter. You know, he's come forward, you know, in the past and stamped his own game plan on. You know, looking so much better with the fists. But Vince Bambay just closed the distance so fast with just, I think it was a 2-piece combo. He looked to follow it up. But the second one, I think, caught it flush as we take a look at the Makuru action replay. Yeah, that right, just behind the ear. The left one was glancing off the forehead. Follow-up shots, rather academic. Good intervention by Brad Block. He got there as fast as he can. There he was, Brad Block, coming out of the running blocks, if you excuse the pun, as fast as possible. Sanchez was out for the count. Left, right, the right that put him down. 1, 2, 3, and it is done. Wow, got to be a record. We haven't got the clock on the replay. You know, we go back to Cole Henning, perhaps. You know, going back to in history, I can't recall a faster KO than that in any division of the EFC, let alone here in lightweight.
We love when they can make history here at EFC, right here in the Performance Institute, as they just witnessed history, no doubt about it. The Cougar action replay, how about that? Big time highlight, you'll be seeing that one everywhere. Very viral. EFC knows how to put those clips out there, so you know you're going to see it. You might even see that on ESPN Sports Center. Very, very good chance. What a finish. What a fighter. Let's go up to Khotso Bilal-Ramopo to put this in the record books.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a record-breaking knockout. At 13 seconds of the very first round, your corner, your winner in the red corner, Vince Bambay. Ladies and gentlemen, get ready for 3 rounds in the EFC flyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, a kickboxer who makes his professional debut. He stands at 5'5", weighing in at 125 pounds. Fighting out of Pretoria, South Africa. Welcome, Sianda Bubezi Vilakazi. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner, a kickboxer with 2 wins and 4 losses. He stands at 5'4", weighing in at 124.3 pounds. Fighting out of Pretoria, South Africa. Welcome, Teboho M16 Ende. Your referee for this bout, referee Vickers Swart.
Big Vickers will be your third man inside of the hexagon for this bout as the flyweights continue to entertain here at EFC 111. Teboho Ntene and the brand new fighter to the division, Sianda Vilakazi. Of course, we can't do it without our lovely models, brought to you by our good friends at Ignite. The ultimate tequila experience. Dan Bilzerian brings you Ignite with not only the ultimate tequila, but the premium vapes as well. That is Sune. Sianda Vilakazi. Great talent here. Let's see if he's able to get it done. And Teboho Ntene. And this fight's officially underway, and Dragon Energy brings it to you. And it looks like they may have drank a little Dragon Energy. They are bringing the heat. What an incredible shot there out of the gate by Vilakazi.
Trying to finish as well, really fast, Cyrus. Huge shots as Ntene is trying desperately to get back up to his feet. Bubesi, the lion, true to his name, starts roaring right out the gate, trying to trap. Nice takedown by Ntene, though. Nice and cool, Karam straight into full mount for M16. Beautiful reversal by Vilakazi.
Incredible. Sianda Vilakazi, man, what a great debut here.
Shot, Cyrus.
Incredible first impression. Right down the middle with the ground and pound, Simon. And he seems to be dialed in 100%. Ntene able to slow things down for the moment.
Vilakazi coming out on his professional debut. He's got the neck. He's cranking on it. Teboho looks pretty cool and calm in there. He's got a double. Trying to get Vilakazi to go for a ride here. He's cranking on it. He's pulling on this choke as much as I want, but I don't think it's in at all. He's looking over to his corner, and they're saying to relax it and not blow your arms out. Good advice there from the corner, but he's still got the neck. He's just got one arm in there, nothing going on there, as Teboho scoots up to the sitting position and see if he can wall walk, but he's giving up his back now. Vilakazi continues to dominate the veteran. 7-5.
We'll see if he can keep up this pace, right? He continues to go, 100 miles an hour here, one after another. Vilakazi, this guy is really motivated and wants to make this great debut, and he's definitely on his way. He's landing big shots. He's shown that he has power, and he seems to have a lot in his gas tank.
He's just coming forward, and the shots continue to come. Teboho Ntene is covering that. Man, looks like it's going anywhere. Vilakazi doing well several times not to kick the grounded opponent. We saw that just a bit earlier when Teboho was trying to get back up to his feet. Ntene tries for the right cross. Vilakazi continues to come forward. The Bubesi has smelled blood. Right head kick, knockout by Teboho Ntene. What a win!
Oh my goodness! The M16, and he's flipping, flopping, spinning, and throwing flying kicks. And why not celebrate, young man? What a finish. Man, Vilakazi left himself wide open, and Teboho Ntene waited out all the chaos that was Sianda Vilakazi, and then lands just a picture-perfect head kick. What a finish, Simon.
Superb left high roundhouse on the button to the side of Vilakazi's head. I mean, Vilakazi was just pouring it on and continued to come forward. And Ntene just picked the shot absolutely. He's less of an M16 in this fight more like a Barrett 50 cal sniper rifle at the moment, because that was a picture perfect shot. Great to see Vilakazi come. Man, he looked so fun. He looked the real deal. He knew that he was going to go to engage into a firefight like Ntene. It could have gone either way. It was 50-50. Vilakazi looked absolutely fantastic, but what a highlight reel knockout for Teboho M16 Ntene.
Well, and Mukuru brings you this action replay, and right out of the gate, Vilakazi was on fire, bringing everything to Teboho Ntene, and there was times where he had him stunned, but he used up all that energy, Simon, and you could see right after this, after all this work right here, he took this big, deep breath.
Yeah,
and I don't know, we probably won't see it here on the replay, but he took this big, deep breath,
I think see it there.
and then you saw, oh my goodness, there it is.
Oh,
Wow.
Play it again, Sam.
Yeah, right? Let's run that again. Oh, baby.
You're right, he was still hunting Ntene down, wasn't he, Cyrus? But he came forward and, just like you said, just had a couple of deep breaths. At this point, let's just see where his guard is. His right arm is very down low. His guard is really down. There's no way he could have got his arm up there to block it. A couple of his follow shots, completely academic, but beautifully placed by Teboho Ntene. Really almost an undefendable high head kick when your right arm is down that low on the right hand side of your head, and that left high kick, just great decision, great fight IQ. I wouldn't say Ntene was playing possum. He certainly seemed that he was in trouble. Vilakazi was just pouring on the ground and pound, had Teboho in a whole bunch of hurt. Teboho was backtracking like we'd never seen. At that point, Vilakazi came forward, and you rightly say, Cyrus, sucked in a couple of gas tanks full of air, and Teboho Ntene just picked his shot so sweetly. Beautiful work.
Well, let's give him this W. Let's throw it up to Cold Soda to make it official.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Vickers Swartz has called a stop to this contest at 2 minutes and 17 seconds of the very first round, declaring your winner by knockout in the blue corner, Teboho M16 Ntene.
Fighter, you ready? You ready? Fight!
Right foot in the red, Bagatin in the dark trunks.
Immediately, Tyron takes the center of the hexagon. Dino very comfortable to circle. Work from the outside.
Big kick from right foot.
Is that speed we were talking about from Tyron right foot. He really gets in very, very quickly with those kicks.
You don't want to blink here, you're going to miss something.
Big body shot, and then a right hand landed by right foot as well.
Fast hands from right foot. A wry smile there.
Big shots thrown again by right foot.
These two really want to knock each other's heads off. No love lost here.
Nice uppercut by Tyron as he comes in, and he comes over the top. Looking very solid so far, CS.
Very solid indeed. Both so motivated.
Both guys throwing a kick at the same time.
Trading blows here.
Dino throwing punches and bunches.
The crowd love it.
Tyron very comfortable just to sit back and counter strike.
That karate background of right foot.
And again with that right hand, Dino can take a punch, no doubt about that. We saw Martin van Staden drop him and then recovered from that very, very quickly.
Both guys focused. Right foot just waits for his opportunity to strike. Bagatin.
Oh. Big shot thrown by Tyron right foot, found its mark. Dino seems unfazed by it though.
Bagatin, a tough contender. Really a top athlete. Been there, done that. Got the battle scars.
Again, it's that hand speed of right foot. He just sort of waits and then pounces with his with that right hand. Just creates that element of doubt in Bagatin's mind, but not wanting to come forward carelessly. See, right foot leans back and he sort of just drifts in, as opposed to where you see a lot of guys will sort of walk in, and again, right foot throwing some shots and nearly got up into a clinch position.
It is an unrelenting pace here in this welterweight bout at EFC Africa 19.
See, as right foot does that level change, aims the shot to the body, does it very effectively.
Also, preparations for a fight against right foot must be difficult as he changes his stance often. The crowd chanting Dino.
Especially considering the the kind of training partners that Dino's got. He's got world-class boxers, but Tyron is, if you're sparring with world-class boxers every day, Tyron's got a very unorthodox stance compared to those guys. And he's always moving his right foot. He's very, very good at evading strikes, evading punches, and then again, counter-striking is his food. He absolutely loves to do that. Bagatin probably landing his best shot of the fight. That right that came over the top, but it doesn't seem to have phased right foot at all.
It's a slugfest at times.
Dino slipping that punch and coming over the top with the right.
Good slip by Bagatin there.
Now, a lot of people feel the longer the fight carries on, the better it'll be for Dino.
Yeah,
but
right
Tyron not showing any signs of slowing down with a minute 33 to go.
Yeah, right foot wants to finish this early.
Another big shot over the top by right foot. Dino that time makes contact with the leather.
Just catches right foot again.
Big counter right hand by right foot as Bagatin came back in. That time Dino connected.
Right foot though, also finding the targets. Incredible stuff here from both fighters.
Well, now you really start to see Dino use that head movement. Still very light on his feet. Tyron very comfortable to sort of be flat-footed and firing off from there.
Yeah, the bragging rights up for grabs here, just incredible. South versus East it's been billed as we reach 30 seconds left in round one.
Big shot over the top by right foot. Looks like Dino was rocked for a second.
Definitely caught Bagatin.
Goes in for a knee, does right foot.
The crowd has come alive.
That right definitely stunned Bagatin. And you can almost see the confidence and the arrogance coming from Tyron right foot after making contact.
Great recovery though from Bagatin.
I tell you, Bagatin's got a chin of note.
Unbelievable. That's it, round one done and dusted. There we go, round number two underway. Right foot against Bagatin. Who will take it here at EFC Africa 19? It's a massive fight for both of these athletes.
Almost sense that right foot is starting a bit slower in the second round.
Like you said, Dirk, potential.
Oh, wow. Big overhand shot landed by right foot. Dino acknowledging it. Another counter strike thrown by Tyron. His timing is just incredible.
Come back to what I was saying. This is an eliminator. Whoever wins here, it's huge.
Dino seems to have found his range, and Tyron connecting hard to the body. Looks like there's a little cut open up on Tyron's cheekbone.
Yeah. Doctor, cut.
Oh, that's actually a big cut that's opened up on Tyron. Doctor's going to come have a look.
Cut.
That is a big cut above that right eye. Doctor's going to have a look. All right. Crowd getting behind Dino Bagatin. He spurs them on.
Well, the rules, of course, say if there's a cut and there's blood that comes into your eye and it obscures your vision, the fight can be stopped and the other guy will win. So right foot's going to have to look to finish because that is a pretty bad cut that has opened up on the eye from one of those shots that Bagatin got through. And Tyron will know. You can see he's coming out with a lot more aggression now. Last thing he wants to do after he's up on the scorecards is to lose the fight.
He knows time
on
is
the doctor's stoppage.
Not on his side.
And Dino now unloading himself also. Big over the top punch thrown by right foot.
Bagatin's head movement, superb.
You can almost sense the confidence now on Bagatin's side.
Yeah, Bagatin will be aiming for that cut. Try and slice it open even more.
No, certainly now it's just a matter of connecting on that cut ever so slightly and it'll get open and it'll get open bigger. See, the referee is having a close look at that cut. At least the blood is sort of trickling next to the eye of Tyron. It's not going into his eye. But that's a big target on Tyron Rightfoot's forehead that Dino will be aiming for now.
Rorifort knows he's got to do something, and he's got to do it soon. As Bagatin just hones in on that cut above the right eye of the rush.
Inside leg kick by Rorifort. He doesn't seem to be too phased, and again over the top by Rorifort. Dino pumping the jab, and that cut just seems to be opening up more and more.
2.5 minutes remain in round 2.
Good jab by Rorifort. Rorifort 1-2, and another big right by Rorifort, right on the money.
Blood starting to be a bit of a factor there for Rorifort.
Bagatin now finding his mark with that right hand. A wild swing over the top by Rorifort as well.
Rorifort knows he's got to find his mark. Bagatin just gaining with confidence all the time.
You can almost see a bit of an irritation on Dino's face from that leg kick. Failed head kick and followed up right by Rorifort with the right hand. Crowd coming alive, Sears.
Oh my goodness, what a fight. What a battle between these two. Huge support for Bagatin.
Bagatin landing at looping left hook, followed by a right hand.
Both fighters with such quick jabs, great hands.
Big body shot by Rorifort though, he's not going to back down.
Less than 90 seconds remain here in round 2.
Rorifort launches out with that right hand again. Dino just sort of seems to be battling to get quite in range with Rorifort, and Rorifort of course just waiting to fire off. Nice use of the side kick as well.
And Dino's the one with the reach advantage, so he's just not getting that sort of range, as you said.
It's also with Tyrant's stance is that he leans very far back, so he's not quite in range as your other opponents might be.
So he negates the reach advantage, essentially.
Big left hand thrown by Rorifort, and it found its mark. See sweat flying from Dino's head.
"30 seconds left in round 2.
Oh, Rorifort dropping the right hand by Bagatin.
Bagatin
is hurt.
victory.
Dino tries to
all
get out.
over. It's done. Dino Bagatin.
To the fight. That might have been a premature stoppage, but Bagatin dropped him with the right hand.
Bagatin celebrates. The East has beaten the South at EFC Africa 19.
Big right hand landed by Bagatin. I think that was a little bit overeager by the referee. But still, he was hurt and he was in a dangerous spot. Bagatin enjoys his victory. Well, it was an initial right, and then from there, Rorifort was on his back. See 2 shots, and almost, the referee was very close. If Rorifort's eyes rolled back in his head, he would have been in the perfect position to see it, but it looked like that might have been a bit premature. That right hand, though, that is the one that took away Rorifort's leg.
Declaring the winner by TKO, Dino the Lion Bagatin!
And now, from the Sun Arena, Times Square, Pretoria, South Africa, the time for talk is over. It's time to knuckle up and throw down. This is 5 rounds for the EFC Welterweight Championship of the World. Introducing first, he is the challenger, fighting out of the red corner. He is a wrestler, sporting an undefeated record of 6 wins, 0 defeats. Standing 6 foot tall, weighing in at 171 pounds. Fighting out of Melbourne, Australia, by way of Pretoria, South Africa. Lyle Crusher Karam. And now his opponent, standing across the hexagon and fighting out of the blue corner. He's a mixed martial artist with a record of 8 wins and 2 defeats. Standing 6 foot tall, weighing in at 169 pounds. He fights out of Johannesburg, South Africa, by way of Zimbabwe. He lives the Mamba mentality. Ladies and gentlemen, your reigning, defending, undisputed EFC welterweight champion of the world, Timba, the answer, Gorimbo. Your referee when the action begins. Ferdy Bassan.
Naomi Das, one of our RDG Hexagon girls. Of course, Rex Diffin Gearbox is an approved drive chain repairer for leading vehicle manufacturers and fleet owners. So call RDG today, and it's now open right here in Pretoria at the N4 Gateway Industrial Park.
Keep talking, Simon. I gotta catch my breath here.
Like I said, Temba Gorimbo, fantastic cardio, crazy striking, a big overhand left. Lyle Karam, superb wrestler, comes out fast and explosive in the first 2 rounds.
You guys?
Now, final instructions from Ferdy Bassan.
Guys, 5-round title fight. Obey my commands at all times. Keep it clean, keep it hard.
That we
have a good fight.
5 rounds. Welterweight title on the line.
Ready.
Karam,
Fighting, you ready?
Gorimbo.
You ready? Let's go!
This fight's underway. Round 1 brought to you by Dragon Energy. It's the official energy drink of the EFC. In the white, Gorimbo. In the black, Karam.
See Karam, a natural southpaw. Very traditional kickboxing stance. Temba very happy to keep switching stances. Lyle's got the underhook. Temba goes for the knee up the middle. Don't forget that Karam has got a nasty elbow on the disengagement. Temba very wary of that. Big swinging head kick missed from Karam.
Great counter by Lyle Karam is Temba Gorimbo. Moving in, moving out, great work by the champ. He always keeps up a pace that's really, really hard to replicate and really hard to keep up with.
Yeah, and a lot of questions about Karam's cardio this last fight we had, fighting altitude here in Pretoria, but he's come out a lot earlier from Australia to train at altitude here in Pretoria. A lot of people saying his cardio is going to be on point for this fight, and it really has to be, because Gorimbo's the kind of guy who uses his cardio as a weapon. We've seen him face southpaws before, and he's pretty effective at that. He's very good at using low kicks on the leading right leg of southpaws.
Lyle Karam doing a great job at countering. Hanging right in there, and we know he has been training with some killers in Australia. Also a great hotbed for talent. The continent, the country of Australia.
Yeah, man, absolute MMA. What a wonderful gym in Melbourne. I mean, really is the future of Australian mixed martial arts, and Lyle Karam's right in the middle of all of that. That being said, Temba Gorimbo at UMF.
Ooh, a nice left hand.
With Sylvester Chipfumbu, DeMarc Penner, a very fantastic growing camp here at Kailami in Johannesburg. There's a nice short right, and Karam just smiles. A lot of patience from both lads. A lot on the line. Gorimbo's first title defense, don't forget.
Well, you know, the interesting thing about Karam is that, like you said, he had opportunities to fight for a title in Australia with the AFC, but he decided to go with the EFC. And you got to understand how special it is to possibly win a title in one of the most premier organizations in the world today, and right in front of his fans, friends, and family.
Yeah, it's one of the reasons why Temba Gorimbo took Lyle Karam, because he actually kind of wanted to face what is in effect an international opponent. And we keep talking about how 2020 is the year in which Temba Gorimbo ends up fighting either at the UFC or Bellator. Oh, there's a big overhand by Lyle Karam that misses. Temba ducks and returns with a counter of his own.
I agree with you. I think it's ridiculous if he doesn't get that opportunity. But we do know how the business works, and he does have to get this win if he wants that opportunity. That's just reality. It's very rare that they're going to pick somebody up off of a loss. So Temba Gorimbo has to get this W if he wants to realize that dream. Otherwise,
he's going to have to run through a few more opponents before he gets an opportunity like that. But it also so prideful to hold that title. I mean, to go back to Zimbabwe, like you said, Sportsman of the Year, pretty incredible to get that.
Some good shots again, Karam's mouth, but he's getting tagged a bit. No, indeed, there is a lot of stake for Timber, no doubt about it. And I understand that you're one of those guys who believe that if you want to be the champion, you have to keep your belt for your first defense. But really, it's time that if he keeps his belt for a couple of defenses, Tembago needs to be moving overseas. He deserves a good shot at the UFC. He's been asking Sean Shelby quite a while for a couple of fights. He wanted to fight out in Busan in Korea for the UFC. The UFC has always had a very good relationship with the Las Vegas promotion, but also that's a prospect that's not too far down Karam's road. This fight has a lot of permutations and getting into a fist fight at both lines. Oh, he's crossed Temba. Karam got through that defense. Temba Gorimbo's up against the hex.
He's looking for a takedown and he gets it. So talented.
Karam's going for the neck. Looks like he's got an Ende, but I don't think it's in deep.
No, I believe Gorimbo's getting out of it.
Gorimbo's been in this situation so many times when it is in. He's got it clamped. Temba's trying to turn over and go off the side. And gets out. Fantastic survival skills for Temba Gorimbo. Karam holding on to that left leg, not letting him get back up. Controlling the right wrist.
Temba is you cannot keep him down.
Oh, he's so dangerous off his back, but really beautifully turned in to the choke.
He got rocked, though. He got stunned by Karam.
He went for the Hail Mary takedown, didn't he? Did the right thing, but now this is a very nasty position. We talked about Karam's 10 seconds to go. Karam's top game is suffocating. But wow, what a shot that was. Karam getting through the defense of Gorimbo with his striking to put his opponent on the ground.
So there it is, folks. Karam landed the most significant shot in the round. Is that enough to give him the round? I don't know. I mean, I think Gorimbo answered, he bounced back. Give me your estimations on that one, because that's going to be pretty close.
That's tough to call, but I think in terms of damage, it might just go to Karam. I mean, if you want to talk about significant strikes, I mean, it was Karam got the takedown. Nice
the interesting thing is, we talk about, Gorimbo, you would think, taking on the hometown guy, that he would be at the disadvantage. But Karam just having to deal with the aura of Gorimbo and the hype that he brings.
Indeed.
It's a whole new level. I mean, Gorimbo just walks around. Let's take a look. There's the big shot. That left hand was money in the bank.
And to be fair to Temba, though, the majority of that round, he was actually cracking Lyle quite a few times. And Lyle was smiling back at him. There was a couple of short rights and some left hooks that Temba Gorimbo was
going
going in.
Those smiles, though.
Ready?
Sometimes they don't really tell the story that the fighter really wants to.
So, I don't know, man. I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of people scored that first round pretty darn even.
Yeah, you're right. I think you could win either way. Dragon Energy with round number 2 in this championship bout at EFC 84.
Temba with a big right overhand that misses. Lyle ducks and goes for the takedown.
Great timing. You kind of see a bit of a grin on Temba Gorimbo, not a guy that's used to go into the ground.
He's got a great rubber guard as Temba. He's got the lock on. He's isolating the right arm of Lyle. He's got a very good Kimura off his back.
Well, I mean, he's got the triangle,
nice triangle.
potentially.
He's got the lock on. He's pulling down on the back of Lyle's head.
Does he have this? It doesn't look like he's getting enough torque on it.
No, he's also got his right arm trapped as well. Just hasn't got enough leverage to pull down on the back of Karam's head.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough one to get.
The platter is not on at the moment for Temba Gorimbo. He's certainly pulling down. You can see the flexor muscles on his left leg. So you know he's trying to keep the lock on. Karam very patient.
Gorimbo trying to wear down the hometown boy, Karam. This place is going to explode if either one of these guys win. Temba has a great fan base as well that travels with him, that has made that drive from Johannesburg.
Yeah, we've seen Temba Gorimbo's position so many times before. He's shown superior jiu-jitsu. Who can forget the grind he put down on Jose de
now it's starting to get a little bit tighter. He's readjusted it a bit.
He's got the arm in, but it's not enough to actually trap the arterial nerve on the side of Karam's face. But he's not letting go of it. Temba's always one of those guys who's very active He never just sits in a position. He likes to stay active and look for further submissions. Keeps hunting, looking from side to side at times. Very cool and calm. He's just having a bit of a breather here. Some elbows to the top of the head.
Yeah, Karam's not in desperation by any means. He looks comfortable in there. It's just he's trying to figure a way out of this. And maybe this is it, or maybe he just got to go.
This touch! Oh my goodness! Gorimbo keeps his title as the welterweight champion of Africa. Fantastic, slow, insinuating Python-esque.
Well, they're smiling in Zimbabwe. They're smiling here in Pretoria. And maybe, just maybe, Kobe is smiling down as one of his followers gets another win and holds on to that championship.
Talk about that Mamba mentality. It was almost like a snake, wasn't he? Slowly suffocating his prey. He had the choke on. Karam was very patient. Gorimbo was just slowly readjusting. Great to see that sportsmanship, I expect, nonetheless, for both lads. They're sitting down and starting to have a fat
chat. There we go. The sportsmanship.
That is mixed martial arts through and through.
Absolutely scintillating. What great sportsmanship. That was an awesome fight. And Temba talks such a big game as well. He backs it up. But at the same time, very respectful. The sportsmanship at an all-time high. And there we go. Your Restonic replay. And he just kept squeezing.
And Karam had difficulty. Put him in a lot of difficulty. Really got Temba discombobulated. And I want to say that the bell saved Temba Gorimbo to a certain extent, but really, Karam got the takedown, and Temba Gorimbo dangerous off his back. We've seen it so many times before. And he had the triangle and kept the lock on. You could see from his muscles that Gorimbo was keeping it tight, pulling on the back of Karam's head, trying to get the triangle choke in and slowly adjusting like a python, slowly suffocating Karam. Fantastic performance from both lads. Let's get it, make it official now, send it up to Cyrus.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Ferdy Bassan calls a stop to the contest at 2 minutes 6 seconds of round number 2. Your winner by tap out to the triangle choke, and still EFC welterweight champion, Temba the Answer Gorimbo.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the co-main event of EFC 96. 5 rounds for the EFC Interim Bantamweight Championship of the World. Introducing first, in the red corner, a kickboxer. He stands undefeated with 3 wins and 0 losses. He stands 5'7", weighing in at 134 pounds, fighting out of Johannesburg, South Africa. Welcome, Nicholas Ende. And his opponent in the blue corner, a BJJ specialist with 7 wins and 2 losses. He stands at 5'4", weighing in at 134 pounds. The fighting pride of Paraíba, Brazil. I give to you, Gian Patalino Souza. Your referee for this bout, referee Vickers Swart.
Do not blink, folks. As I said, Souza is going to finish it in the first. It goes in towards the second and third. It may go to the way of Ende. We've certainly got the gas tank. We've seen questions before in terms of the altitude and how it affects Gian Souza. The deeper it goes into these rounds, the more it may favor Ende. But you can see how motivated Souza is. Really wants to put his opponent away. Does not want to leave it to the judges. Ende in the all black. Souza in the red and black.
I'm so excited for this, Simon. This is going to be an absolute cracker.
Because it's an interim bantamweight title fight. Referee Vickers Swart having a couple of basic words. Glove touch.
Nicholas, are you ready? Souza, are you ready? Let's fight.
And this round is brought to you by Dragon Energy, the exclusive energy drink of the EFC.
Such a height difference. Nicholas really using that range, keeping on the end of the kicks. Good body shot by Souza. We know what a good strike he is. Good leg kick by Ende. Good jab.
Yeah, good jab to the body. Nicholas is not pumping out one of his own, though.
Good leg kick. A bit of showmanship by Souza. Oh, almost came up high.
Souza just trying to back Nick up a little bit and going down to the body again. Good leg kick of his own.
Good head kick. Good high guard by both these guys.
Oh, it's a good right from Patalino, coming in quick with the overhand right. Switching stances is Ende. Moving to southpaw.
So they're so good at mixing it up. Oh! Ooh. Good left hand by Ende. Rocked him a bit to the body. Nicholas nice and calm. Big moment for him, and look how composed he is. Excellent work. So is it just that forward motion always? Jab to the body. Look at the intention in his eyes, it's just savagery. Wants to kill. Oh, big left hook. Those level changes can become a problem if he doesn't not switch on to it. Nicholas, good jab.
Oh, it's a good left from Nicholas. Patalino just head hunting, just cutting off those corners, putting Wende's back up against the heck fence.
Good
Nicholas
leg
using
kick.
his leg attacks to create some range.
How do you stop the power? Smash the front leg. Going about that work exceptionally well, Ende. I love how he's showing different things.
Oh, another good left.
Caught with a hook though. Counter by Souza. But back on the forward motion. Nicholas giving him a wry smile, saying, I gotcha. Good shots.
Good shot from Ende.
Good single.
Good sprawl though from Souza.
Switching.
Looking for the neck.
Looking for the neck. Looking to go.
Good knees up the
to
middle.
the head. So strong on that. Good body attacks. Oh, over and left on the break. Good work by Nicholas. Good attack. Oh, good front kick.
Yeah, he wants to use that kicking attack to create the distance, doesn't he? Because it's Souza who's backing him up. Good inside leg kick, but he takes one from Souza in return.
Oh, big overhand left on the kick. Good body kick. Nicholas is mixing it up exceptionally well. Good side kick to the knee.
Oh, it's a good right from Souza. Timed it, waiting for the kick to come back.
Good hips as he turns around the corner into side control. We spoke about that ground game. Are we going to get to see it now? Nicholas trying to get those frames in to get the weight off. Super heavy, big and strong. Nice. Good control by Souza onto the back. One hook in, second hook in. Nicholas did exceptionally well to break that second hook. Oh, good drive forward.
Oh, it's good
onto
work
the
from Ende.
armbar.
It's got the arm there, Souza.
It's on the armbar. He's got to stuff those hips. Can't allow him to.
He's dumping him. Still going for it. Still got hold of it, Souza. Let's go.
Into the triangle. Nicholas, quite good posture. Good defense. Good job in getting both arms in. Stopping the armbar. Back onto the armbar game by Souza. An array of submission attacks. Armbar to triangle. Back to armbar.
He's going to dump him.
Oh, face first.
Still got the arm though, Souza. He's not letting go.
How much has that taken out of Souza? Good to get up straight away onto the attack. Good sprawl by Nicholas. Underhook saved him there. Double underhooks.
Good work from Ende. Get back to his feet after those repeated submission attempts from Souza.
How much did those transitions take out of Gia Souza? We know that he battles. He looks calm. Breathing nice and easy. Good first round by both gentlemen.
Wow, we have a fight on our hands, that's for sure.
I think Nicholas gripped his hand there. There's something wrong with it.
This Restonic corner cam shows Ende still pretty chilled, getting hydrated. You see Sylvester Chimfumbo, our former Zimbabwean champion, in his corner. Just take us through a sonic action replay, G.
Couple of overhand lefts landed, big left hook there by Souza. Got the attention of Nicholas. Some good low kicks. Attacked that low kick with a big right hand to a foot sweep into an arm. Just didn't get the right angle and on the armbar. Some good submission. Good array of submissions there by Souza, showing his ability on the ground. But Nicholas, game in every moment. Straight back at it. Nicholas smiling, confidence. Will Souza slow down? Another low kick.
Checked.
Inside calf kick. Nicholas always showing something. Oh, fake the shot. Almost caught him coming. Big up kick. Oh, good
nice
body
kick.
shot.
Nicholas really showing some flavours.
Side kick to the body again. Oh,
big kick to the knee.
That one definitely hurts.
Oh, Souza with a takedown.
Attack that.
Going for the back again. Wendy's trying to get back up.
Excellent work by Nicholas. 2-on-1. Saved him there.
Well, Souza was coming into this as the absolute favourite. He still is, but it's only marginal. A 0.72 betting line for the Brazilian. It's 1.15 for the Zimbabwean. That's starting to change now. Souza was the overwhelming favourite and starting to narrow in the odds.
Good strength showed by Souza on the single leg attack there by Nicholas. Oh,
takedown from Ende.
Good strength.
Not afraid to see if he can submit the submission specialist as Ende.
Good hip control. Picked him up, used the leverage again.
And I think this is what I expected from Nicholas, to clinch up and see if he can start out cardioing Souza and start if he can put a grind on him and take him into the deeper rounds. That's the game plan I expected for Nicholas, but he's never one to stick to the script as Ende.
Good work. Souza attacking the Kimura there. Nicholas coming around the corner and stopping it, but going into the armbar. He's got to watch out for the armbar. Attacked the Kimura, came around the corner, tried to attack the armbar. Still on that latch. Won't let it go, straight onto the armbar again.
Yeah, he's certainly throwing it up. Very calm by Ende though, but Souza's submission defense. Exactly what I expected to see if he went to the ground.
Nicholas stuffing him, taking away the ability to extend those hips. Souza looking a bit tired there, letting go. Nicholas doing a great job of defending all these attacks.
He's throwing up the rubber guard, isn't he? But he's really not getting it high enough to cause any problems with the triangle. It's Ende having nice head control.
It's a high guard control. He's looking to set up either an armbar or triangle from this position. Ende controlling the hips very well. Staying centered, keeping his head down. Oh, good elbow.
Nice elbow.
One to the body.
It's a patient ground and pound from Ende.
Just constantly making Souza work. Those muscles are getting full. Looking for that foot stomp to the chest.
Referee Vicasart swans them up.
Attacking the body, Souza throwing bombs.
Oh, that hurt Nick. He's backing up a little bit.
Shot. Doesn't want to put himself in trouble on the shot. Attacking the head immediately. He's going to look to attack Anaconda from this position. Does he have it in? No. Nicholas popping his head out. Straight to those double unders. Applying the pressure, forward motion. Being super heavy on Souza. Oh, big dump again.
Oh, Ende with less than a minute now to work. A fantastic round for him, showing an all-round skill set.
Souza just struggling with the height.
Yeah, it is a significant reach advantage. It's causing a lot of problems for him.
Good wrestling by Nicholas to stop. Oh, good elbow. Just flattens him out again.
Souza tried so hard with the submission defense, threw up, you know, attempt after attempt, and Wende just motored through it.
This is such a good dominant position for ground and pound, is half guard. Using that knee shield to try and keep his hips off him and that forward pressure. Definitely in better condition. You can see got up, not breathing too heavy as Souza. Couple of deep breaths there, getting his breath under control.
Yeah, let's take a look at the Restonic action replay, because there was plenty to choose from there, Gareth. Side kick, knee.
That definitely felt that. Guard control, just worked away, chipped away, elbows, body shots. You saw him covering the mouth there, obstructing the breathing, sticking that elbow in the neck, just making it super uncomfortable, making it very dirty for Souza.
Well, into the third round we go. It's been so highly competitive, and surprised by Wende's takedowns. I expected him to keep the range and on the feet and then clinch up, but he's really showing a lot of flavors to his game. Patalino trying to power through the ground and just throw up submission attack after submission attack, and Wende's just able to just power on through it.
Okay, round number 3, guys, let's go.
So well rounded, and he's showing those skills in his performance.
Oh, it's a good right from Patalino.
The power's gone, and you can see that he doesn't have that same smash. Oh, good body kick.
Nasty body kick from Ende.
Side kick by Wende. Oh, Wende's pouring it on. That body kick, big knees. Going for the double. Put him on his back. Big elbows.
What offense from Wende.
Yeah.
He's just pouring it on now.
It down.
The shots are getting through.
He's got to watch he doesn't get caught in something, being too aggressive. Good sprawl.
And to see if those in-play odds have changed. And it is now Souza the outsider. It's Wende the favorite at a 0.8 betting line. Souza at 1.05. It is now moving at World Sports Betting into the Zimbabwean's favor.
Just taking everything in, taking his opportunity, being so aggressive, putting his full set of skills on display. Into another triangle attempt by Souza. Does he have it? Nicholas shrugs it off on the back. Souza trying to get to his feet. Knees to the rib area. Not allowing him to rest. Trying to take the back.
Well, Souza looks like he doesn't have much. Wende was just pouring it on.
Big hammer fist. Looking to pass to side control. Into the side control position. Almost into full mount.
Good escape
Good
from
use,
Souza.
yeah, good use of the hips to get back to half guard and then back to full guard.
Just Souza just seems to be wilting under the full-on offense from Wende. I mean, he's just not letting his opponent take any kind of gap in whatsoever. He's just flowing with the violence, is Wende.
Body shot after body shot, just taking it out of him. A short up elbow, another one again. Straight left, good heavy on the hips there, smashing the hips of Souza. Pass to side control, onto the back control, and he's just setting an unbelievable pace. Excellent work by Nicholas Ende, keeping the pressure, keeping the intensity. Knee strap on that back ankle. Oh, big shots under the armpit. Smashing the hips again as he tries to turn.
Yeah,
just constantly on it.
There may be some people surprised at this kind of wrestling from Nick Wende.
Kimura again.
We saw it in the Takamandu fight, that his wrestling is on a par with most people in the division.
You know, he learned that through UMF, coming around the corners. There's the Kimura, he's going to come around the corner. Oh, good job, Nicholas Ende. stopping that armbar attack. Scooting into side control as he tried to take the back. Souza.
Oh, he's covering up now.
Souza is tired.
What has he got left? The referee, Vicar Swartz, looking very closely. Nicholas Wende raining down ground and pound.
Just pounding on him. Smart to slow it down. Big elbows coming. Keep smashing those hips. Just a relentless pace by Nicholas Wende.
And Sounds was just covering up. Vicar Swartz giving him a warning. Says better start defending himself. He's trying to turn around.
Turn the corner. Souza doing enough just to keep him in that butterfly guard. Nicholas just comes back up, pops him with an elbow.
Just resets and carries
just goes on. Just a relentless pace, even to the body, everywhere. Hitting whatever he can. Big hammer fists, high guard, controlled there by Souza. Oh.
Soccer kick to the side from Wende.
Just straight back in, passing to half guard. There's that shin latch on the leg.
He's just covering up now.
Souza's covering up. How much more can he take? I don't think he...
And it stopped. Wende takes the title. Absolutely incredible. We have a new interim bantamweight champ of the EFC. Wende just turns the script around. No one expected that.
Took his chance. Wrote his own story. On short notice. Well done, son. What a performance. Was just relentless in his approach. Just showed so many different attributes to his game on his feet. On the feet, he showed so many different strikes and gave him so much to think about. Changed the angle up and down. Took some good shots. Wasn't afraid to get into the wrestling match. Showed good submission defense. Was under a lot of pressure at stages. Just rode it out and then just relentless in his ground and pound. Good wrestling, good pressure, hard work paid off for him. He backed himself right from the start. He's now the interim champion. What a performance by the young man. He deserves every bit of glory that he's got. Good job, Nicholas Wende.
What a fairy tale. Steps in as a late replacement. Gets told on Monday, 3 days before the fight, it's going to be for a title. All to gain, nothing to lose with Nicholas Wende. And he goes on and puts on a performance like an absolute G.
But I've always said from the beginning when I watched him, his head, his mindset, he's so composed and he has such confidence in himself. He showed that tonight. He wasn't afraid of the striking power of Souza. He wasn't scared to mix it up with him. He got stuck in, he did his job exceptionally well, and he's deserved a champion. Well done, son.
Yeah, just take us through the Sonic Action replay, girl.
Those immense attacks on the body just started to pay dividend. He just went at him and you saw this barrage of attack. Knees, big knees, shot for the double, put him on his back. Once he had him on his back, transition in time and time again. Half guard, side control, half guard. Every time Souza managed to regain a half guard or a butterfly, he just switched it up, went to a different position. Relentless on the ground and pound. Just too much at the end of the day. Vickers had seen enough and called a stop.
Yeah, good stoppage. Souza really was just turtling up, didn't have anywhere to turn. And it was just as if Wende had a tap of violence and coming into the third, just decided to open it up as much as he could. And it was a full-on flow, an absolute poetic show of completely different flavors. He showed he had the kickboxing, he had the movement, he had the range, he had the style, he had the grappling, he had the takedowns. He put it all together in a true performance of a champion. So let's get the official result now and send it up to Kotso Bilal Ramapo.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Vicar Swartz has called a stop to this contest at 4 minutes and 23 seconds of the third round, declaring your winner by TKO due to strikes and new EFC Bantamweight Champion of the World, Nicholas Wende. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live! Proudly brought to you by World Sports Betting. This is EFC 102. 3 rounds in the women's strawweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner. With 2 wins and 0 losses, she stands at 5'6", weighing in at 114 pounds, the fighting pride of Lagos, Nigeria. Welcome, Juliet, the Bone Crusher Uka. And now introducing her opponent, fighting out of the blue corner, a Muay Thai fighter with 1 win and 2 losses. She stands at 5'4", weighing in at 114 pounds, fighting out of Cape Town, South Africa. Welcome, Crystal, the lovely Bambay. Your referee for this bout, referee Preggy Valiatum.
What a matchup. Preggy will be our 3rd person inside of the Hex. Krista Van Veek and Juliet Yuka. What a matchup. What a great way to kick off the main card. The ladies deliver on a very, very regular basis. Round 1 brought to you by Ignite. That is Nicole, one of our lovely Ignite ladies tonight. Ignite, of course, presented by Dan Bilzerian, bringing you premium vapes and the ultimate tequila. Nicole and Christy tonight will be your Ignite models. And here's Juliet Yuka, looking to keep the undefeated streak alive and looking to follow up a win is that woman right there, Krista Van Veek.
Lou, you ready? Let's fight.
Buckle up, EFC 102 main card is on. Round 1 brought to you by Dragon Energy, Van Veek in the purple, Juliet Yuka in the black, and we are on and popping, and they are throwing.
Straight away, it was a nice right from Crystal, but a good one too from Juliet, and that right's just found another home as well. But it's Crystal Van Veek coming forward, looking for the clinch up. Good disengage from Juliet though, wants to keep the distance, but it's Crystal pushing forward. She's taking a couple of shots, that nice jab stepping out from Uka. Again, good timing from Juliet though. She's complaining, I think there's been an eye poke, her right eye. Crystal apologizes. Happy to continue. Just take a look at the World Sports Betting in-play odds.
Look at the odds here by World Sports Betting.
Yeah, sorry, Cyrus, and it's Van Veek, the overwhelming favourite here. That's an interesting outside line at 3.2 for Juliet Uka. And again, Crystal Van Veek eats that right for Juliet Uka as she's coming in. Crystal just a low leg kick. Uka's got those knees bandaged up, but looking very fresh at the weigh-ins yesterday. I don't think there's anything of concern. Again, snapping out that right jab as Juliet Uka. Again, gets the left. There's Crystal, and Crystal down, she got hurt.
Oh, that was a stinging
she's
shot.
backing up, Juliet's looking for the finish. Crystal's just backing up, she's trying to reconsider herself.
My goodness, big, strong shots there by Juliet Yuka. Not a whole lot of looping shots. They are right down the middle, and she is connecting.
Oh, big right.
Is feeling it right now. The damage is being done.
So Crystal Van Veek's just biting on her mouth guard and coming forward, but she's eating a lot of shots from Juliet. Tries the jumping bunch as Crystal's trying to see if she can get some hands and reply to Juliet Uka. Bleeding from the nose a little bit as Crystal now. She took a lot of those shots, but she's happy to push the pace and come forward. The right misses. Juliet Plies with a right cross of her own, just comes off.
Superwoman punch.
See what you did there.
Well, of course, come on, 2023. It can't be a Superman punch.
Oh, another good 1-2 combination. Juliet Uka.
You can't make a mistake right now. If you're Van Veek, I mean, she is leaving that head wide open. Every time she steps forward and strikes, Uka is making her pay, and all that damage is going to add up. As tough as Van Veek is, you can see the damage already. You can see the DNA coming out. You see the blood. Uka is making her pay in a big way. Van Veek better find a different way to go about things. She's going to have to try to shoot for a double. She's going to have to try to grapple, because this right here is just asking to get TKO.
Yeah, Crystal's looking to enter the pocket, but she's just getting so many counters in reply. And Uka has more power. She just ragdolls Crystal down to the ground. A nasty right as she comes down to the floor from Juliet Uka.
This right here is a problem. This is not where you want to be with Uka.
she's got the neck, but it's more of a clasp than anything else. There's nothing more of a dangerous guillotine, but she's using it for a form of control as Crystal tries to get back up to his feet.
And look at that, right into half guard. Great positioning here. See if she's able to do anything with it. A little over a minute to go. She's going to let Van Beek get up.
Juliet just showing a lot of strength when it went to the ground. Crystal did well, but Juliet wanted it to carry on. She was having such fun with the fists, was Juliet Uka, that she wants to keep it standing. It's just kind of what we expected, but Van Beek continues to bite down on the mouth guard, saying that her mouth is a little bit open. You don't want to do against Uka. A big right cross from Uka. She's really time to tee off here, and Crystal's going to have to figure this out quickly because she's taking quite a lot of punishment.
Crystal's in a bad place right now, but continues to trudge forward. She is a warrior. She's been in some battles before, clearly.
Oh, great right jab from Juliet Uka, just snaps the head of Van Beek backwards. Just really nice, strong counter punching, very efficient from Juliet Uka. And Van Beek looks to close the pocket and see if she can get some leather on the face of the Nigerian athlete. Slow down a little bit. We've got 10 seconds left in this first. It's been an absolute cracking round.
It's been a fantastic round here. The ladies definitely delivering on the promise here, definitely showing up tonight. And the reality is that Crystal Van Beek has been tagged. She has been hit. She's showing a lot of damage, and you're not really seeing anything on the face of Juliet Uka. She is the one doing work tonight. She's been on the attack nearly the whole time, and every time that Van Beek gets close enough, she's taking a good one too.
Yeah, she's taking a lot of shots, really good pinpoint striking on the counter from Uka. And here was where Crystal was really backpedaling, and Juliet was very patient. She pushed her advantage home, but Crystal Van Beek certainly didn't back down. She kept coming forward throughout that round. Some nice hooks, good jab from Uka. Just threw Crystal down to the ground. There's that nasty right that just glanced off the side of the head of Crystal. Nice right straight down the middle from Uka. As Crystal had her back up against the fence, thinking, what can I do to figure out the puzzle that is Uka in terms of the countering. It was obvious that Uka didn't want anything to do with Crystal's ground game, so perhaps the idea is to start to tease the level change. And I think get Juliet Uka just thinking twice about coming in and swinging those hooks. Easier said than done, because Juliet had a fantastic first round.
I've been doing a little research here since Van Beek walked, and I took a look at her amateur record, and I actually called one of her fights in 2018 for 864 Fighting Championship. I thought it looked familiar, and sure enough, I've called her fights before. So what a journey it's been for Crystal Van Beek. As you said, she was in North Carolina, she made the move, and this down south scene is very, very serious and very red hot, and has been for a long time. Round two brought to you by Dragon Energy. Can Van Beek power her way back? It's going to be tough because Uka has looked pretty unstoppable so far.
Crystal now just thinking, oh, it's a good right from Uka. She came in, just being a bit more cautious in terms of how she's entering the pocket. But again, the countering striker from Uka just makes her think twice, and now she's surfing around the outside as Uka pushes forward. Just a bit more of a head movement now from Crystal to see if she can look for some openings. But Uka just standing right in front of her, just pouring that right jab out. Left hand cocked and loaded. There's that right hook again from Uka.
She kind of smiled on that one. She took that shot. She says, okay, I'll take some more.
Let's take a look at the World Sports Betting In-Play odds, Cyrus, and it's completely reversed. It's now Crystal Van Beek, a massive outside at 0.55, and 1.16, I think it's been the biggest favourite odds from WSB, the entire EFC 102 card so far. So a massive change in fortunes from World Sports Betting as a great right cross from Uka scores on the face of Van Beek.
Well, as soon as those odds came out, Van Beek lands a nice right hand, but then she eats another one just moments later. Just can't seem to get a leg up or a hand up or anything up on Juliet Yuka, because Yuka continues to answer with big shots. And she's not expending a whole lot of energy either. Simon, she's just hanging in there, she's counterpunching. And she's doing a great job.
Yeah, nice power from inside from Uka. Some short punches, but still landing. As Crystal tries to land that left jab. Seeming a bit more bouncy on her feet. She's not going anywhere as Crystal van Beek, to be fair, but Juliet Uka is a very, very tricky customer. Showing a lot of power and a lot of zip in her punches. That right jab again, causing Van Beek to think twice about entering the pocket.
Still to come, folks, the big welterweight championship main event. Zico Makengele and Mark Hume. You're also going to see heavyweights in our next matchup. And a big light heavyweight matchup as well. Great veteran Ashley Calvert, Shannon Von Tonder, two guys on the opposite ends of the spectrum. They're going to battle in our feature bout. A lot to be excited about here at EFC 102.
Nice front kick from Uka, just glances off the front of the face of Crystal van Beek. Certainly Van Beek wearing the scars of battle so far. Uka just cool and calm. That right again, just held in reserve every time Van Beek comes forward. There it is again. Crystal van Beek acknowledges it was another good shot. Coming around the outside, Crystal van Beek, nice inside leg kick.
Still a lot of time to work here for Yuka to continue to punish Van Beek. She has taken the lead on the scorecards definitively. But Van Beek still has time to pull something off. That's why we love mixed martial arts, because it can happen at any moment.
Even though Uka's certainly on the ascendancy and certainly had the best of these first two rounds so far, there's been a little bit of criticism, even though she's only had 2 fights, that she's not a finisher. Once she's in the ascendancy, she kind of settles and stays comfortable. Doesn't really look for the finish, even though she's showboating a little bit. I was asking her to stop showboating. I'm not sure what that was. Another nice inside leg kick and great right from Uka.
Van Beek still showing signs of life here, Simon. She's still showing signs of life.
Yeah, and she's pulled wins out in the past in difficult situations. And it may be something that Uka regrets, particularly if it goes into third. And there's a bit of a ground war. She's got a real good jiu-jitsu shot. That's Crystal van Beek. I'm still trying to figure out Juliet Uka as Juliet really goes for those leg kicks. You can see the welt starting to form in the left leg of Crystal van Beek.
So Simon, I gotta ask you, because I'm not boots on the ground right now. If you take a look at the odds once again, you can in a very, very clear favorite odds right here. Van Beek on the outside looking in. What is the feeling like inside the PI right now as we get ready for Hume versus Makengele? We've seen things can get very divisive inside of the Performance Institute. How are the feelings right now? What's it feeling like?
I think it's tense. I think there's a huge amount of anticipation. I think you recognize the fact that we're going to have a massive bar brawl with the heavyweights, Ivan Straight against Van Dam and Boo. A lot of guys are looking forward to that, but it's a packed out crowd here at the EFC Performance Institute, and I think the tension is palpable with that welterweight title fight. Of course, we got the two gyms are from Pretoria, BIA against CIT. Always a healthy respect between the two of them, but it's a local rivalry in with it. There's a lot of unknowns in terms of Mark Hume's return after all this time to the EFC. We know that Zico Makengele, every time we say he can't do it, he always proves us wrong with that kind of raw power and incredible athletic strength that he has. There's so many unknowns going to it, and yet it's we know it, we're in for something truly incredible. We just don't know what it is, and I think it's so split down the line. Last time I looked at the World Sports betting odds, it was a 0.1% difference in terms of the betting line between Mark Hume and Zico Makengele. So even WSB don't really know what we're going to see tonight, but we do know it will be something special.
Like Nicole, something special. One of our beautiful Ignite models.
Ready, Juliet?
Nicole
let's fight.
and Christy tonight representing Ignite. And here we go. Final round here, brought to you by Dragon Energy. Juliet Yuka, Crystal van Beek continuing to go after it tonight. Yuka is definitely in the lead, and Van Beek's going to have to put that foot on the gas pedal, hypothetically, and she's going to have to get in there and get to work.
Just left cross from Uka, and Crystal gets out of the way nice. He tries to close the pocket. Bit of a stand there. She takes some shots as she gets back up to feet. She's looking to sprawl now. But it's Uka got the top control. Happy for Crystal van Beek to get back up.
Like running into a brick wall. Nowhere to go. Yuka not giving her one bit. Good defense. Read it the whole way. And stuffs her and gives her a few right hands for her trouble. So, yeah, Van Beek, whereas I think she has to pull off some desperation moves like that, Yuka just seems to be a step ahead and so incredibly strong.
Yeah, Juliet looking for a home for that front kick. Again, slight miss. Good head movement from Crystal, but just so wary of the power from Juliet Uka that she felt in that first and second round. Just trying to figure it out. She got happy to move around the outside. She takes a leg kick, which she acknowledges, but Uka just planting her feet, just plodding forward, just happy to counter with the kind of power that's caused so many problems for Van Beek.
Should Yuka get past Crystal van Beek, I gotta ask Simon, what do you think if she gets matched up with an Alice Ardelan? How do you think a matchup like that goes?
Well, we saw, you know, what a fantastic ground game Alice has had, but her boxing is also on point. I mean, she's a superb kickboxer, Alice Ardelan. She's so much well-rounded. I think she's a champion of the strawweight division, you know, for a very good reason. She showed in the fight season, you know, how strong she was in all areas of the MMA skill set. I think Juliet will be a very tough fight for her because Juliet's got absolutely fantastic chin, you know, and she's very patient in terms of, you know, head hunting and looking for the counter as we see in this fight. I think stylistically it'll be a very difficult matchup for Alice because Juliet's just such a tough customer, but then Alice has a very different type of flavor to it in terms of the, you know, the angle she comes in at. That'll be a fantastic matchup if this goes the way we think it's going to go, with a victory for Uka.
I say we bring Kiara Penko back into the mix. Throw her back into the mix too, why not? Put her on a flight.
No complaints for me. Fighting in from Italy, Kiara Penko, fantastic fighter.
Part of some of our legendary performances that we've had out of the ladies in the past, like Rizlan Zoak and Mandolino, and, you know, just incredible, talented ladies that have given us so many memories over the years.
Yeah, a really fantastic history of women's MMA in the EFC, and the EFC matchmaker Graham Carmel talking about reinvigorating, particularly the strawweight division of women's MMA on the African continent. Another left cross from Uka.
I think we'd be remiss if we didn't bring up Mano Firo, obviously just ripping it up in the UFC as well.
Yeah, definitely a future UFC champion. Had her chops and won that that season of the fighter we were talking about. As really teeing off there is Juliet Uka. Some nice combinations when she had her opponent cornered. Crystal van Beek got out of trouble. Oh, nice repeated right jab, the second of which found its home from Uka. Just jumping out of range from Crystal van Beek. He's really trying to figure it out. Good body kick from Juliet Uka.
Uka continuing to walk down Crystal van Beek. Much of the same in this round as we've seen in the fight. Van Beek gets major credit for hanging in there with the hard punches of Juliet Uka, but just unable to get any offense going, any sort of point scoring on the board, and Van Beek is just at a disadvantage. That being said, just a little bit of time left, surely enough time to make something crazy happen, but it just doesn't seem like she has any sort of plan to get on the inside and get a hold of Uka. Just too tough.
Yeah, and she's still taking a lot of shots. I mean, that was a massive right from Juliet Uka. And fair gamesmanship from Crystal van Beek. Immediately smiled and laughed and acknowledged the shot. But she's got to be doing a little bit more as they both engage. Another great right from Uka. She's starting to put the combinations together, and van Beek's backpedaling a little bit. Great right uppercut mixed cross from Uka. It really scored into the left chin. That was a great finish from Juliet Uka, and a great show of sportsmanship from both.
Without a doubt. What a performance by both ladies. Taking it to the distance, great durability, and nothing to hang your head about. Going against Juliet Uka tonight, just had a little bit too much, and Yuka is really on her way, Simon. I mean, the sky is the limit. Who could it be next? Could she have punched her way to an opportunity for the title, or is there going to be somebody else that steps in there that gives her another battle before we get to that point? That'll make it 3 big victories for Yuka, undefeated, and she could be on her way.
Yeah,
indeed. You wonder what the next step is.
I think with Juliet, I mean, she's certainly got her eyes on being the first Nigerian champion of the EFC. Certainly one of the first female champions in women's mixed martial arts from Nigeria. And look at that right cross, was actually fantastic. Some really nice repeated jabs, mixed up, just causing so much problems for Bambay as she entered the pocket every time. Just confident in her counter striking. She repeated that jab several times. The last one of which found its home, and that was a good strategy for Uka. That jab was just pumping out for those 3 rounds and was really scoring. You could see on the face of her coach, Shadad Mosa, how happy he was with that performance. Surely, I mean, we don't want to talk about contender status, you know, we don't like matchmaking as commentators, but really, who can deny a title shot for Juliet Uka after that kind of performance?
It's going to be tough to turn her away. All 3 rounds in the books. Let's go to Hotsa to see who comes out on top.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecard for a decision. The judges score this contest 30-26, 30-26, and 30-27, declaring your winner by unanimous decision in the red corner, fighting out of Nigeria, Juliet, the Golden Bulls, Uka!
Ladies and gentlemen, this main card bout is 3 rounds in the EFC featherweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner. This man is a mixed martial artist with a pro record of 4 wins and 3 losses. He stands 1.65 meters tall, weighing in at 65 kilograms. Fighting out of Grayville, Durban, Sizwe Nikati. And now introducing his opponent. He's fighting out of the blue corner. This man is a mixed martial artist with a pro record of 12 wins and 6 losses. He stands 1.75 meters tall, weighing in at 66 kilograms. Fighting out of Amanzium Todi, Durban, Wesley Young Assassin Hockey. And when the action begins, our referee in charge is Vikas Swart.
RDG specialist in differential and gearbox repairs brings you the EFC Hexagon Girls. That is Roxy. Featherweight time, 3 5-minute rounds. It is Sizwe Nikati in the fight of his life, taking on the young assassin, Wesley Hockey.
Sizwe, you ready? Wesley, are you ready? Let's fight.
Vikas Swart getting us started here in Durban. 2 Durbanites going at it here in our Hexagon. Round 1 brought to you by Bear Claw Energy. Unleash the power of the bear.
It's going to be interesting to see how Sizwe deals with the speed of Wesley Hockey and also that level change. He does mix it up well, going to the head and going to the body.
And a great grappler too is Hockey. Nikati has to watch out for that as well, but he has proven in the last 3-4 fights that he has all the tools to pull off a victory.
An incredible counter striker as Sizwe Nikati, and he does have that power.
Such a big difference in the height between Nikati and Hockey. And he's not even the tallest featherweight we have around here. We have a few that are even bigger than him.
Danny Henry, Boyd Allen.
Exactly. 2 of the best. Taking his time, being methodical.
Nice
Wesley Hockey,
use of that
veteran move.
Straight right, straight left for Hockey, of course, the southpaw.
Pretty much getting whatever he wants at this point as far as the striking, mixing it up, going to the body, going to the head.
So always going to have to watch out for that counter strike. Sizwe is very good with that. And a lot of power, but you know, Hockey is so quick. He gets in and he gets out. Lightning fast.
Hockey stalking, taking the center of the hex, working his combinations. and connecting.
The level change is working for Hockey at the moment. That straight left hand just coming straight down the pipe also carries a lot of weight behind it.
Oh, 100%. You're talking about a guy in Wesley Hockey that has that boxing pedigree.
Again and again and again, he's finding a home for that straight down the pipe left hand.
Seems like he really wants to have fun with a stand-up. Looking for the big switch kick.
Big body kick lands. Sizwe Nikadi's in a fight. Nice right hand and followed
Seems
it
like
up.
it's only a matter of time right now, Dirk. He is swinging for the fences.
Sizwe is as tough as they come, but Hockey has got a lot of pep behind those shots that he's landing. Sizwe swinging wildly. And this is what I mentioned earlier as soon as the fight started. How is he going to deal with the speed? Nice level change, and again, he just clips him with that hook over the top as he gets into the pocket.
Sizwe sets up and lands a shot of his own, not going away. Hockey can focus on the body. He can really slow down Sizwe.
That's also the big thing. As Hockey has matured as a fighter through the years, he's not just going looking to finish. I remember watching him in his amateur days, his first couple of fights in EFC. He'd come in very aggressive and just try and throw everything and try and finish, and that's when you can get caught. Nice exchange right in the pocket by both guys. Flying knee, and now Sizwe landing two good hooks.
Now getting a little over anxious, Wesley Hockey. He's not wasting time, but you don't want to be too anxious and careless and leave yourself wide open, which right now he kind of is.
It's the exact same thing I was praising him for a second ago. Commentator's curse, we call that.
Happens often. But you gotta love the aggressive nature. I know the crowd is absolutely behind it.
Straight down the pipe again.
No better punch that you can hit is right down the pipe.
Sizwe's going to have to watch out because he's taken a couple of those. I wouldn't be surprised if the next one knocks him right down. And Hockey mixing it up with a big kick and then a kick to the leg.
Tough to prepare for a fighter like Wesley Hockey and Nikadi's defense. I mean, he really has the complete package. You have to work every aspect of your game.
And now Hockey's going to look for the takedown. He's got the double underhooks at the moment.
Staying low is Sizwe Nikadi.
A minute remains in this first of 3 rounds. Now Hockey tries to go for the throw and then
has to watch
and
out.
Sizwe gets the top position. Hockey trying with the up kick.
Actually connected on one of those up kicks.
And now Nikadi tries to close the gap and close the distance. He's landing some shots here. Hockey's going to try and tie him up. Going to have to watch out.
Those elbows, that ground and pound that makes GBH who they are. Nikadi
landing some shots now.
Hockey.
Nikadi is landing right in front of us. Referee Vickerswaard is having a close look. Hockey is taking some shots here. Now tries to set up the armbar. Went the wrong way. I wonder if Hockey knows where he is. Vickerswaard is very close to stepping in here. Nikadi is landing punch after punch. Hockey's going to have to move.
Relentless is Sizwe
Vickerswaard is going to step in here. Hockey moving. Sizwe has got it locked up. He's got the choke. He gets the win.
Sizwe Nikadi. Wow, with the win of his career. Shocking the EFC world.
My goodness. Cannot count Sizwe Nikadi out. A glimpse. He had a split second. Hockey looked for the throw. In the scramble, he ended up in the wrong place, and Sizwe Nikadi just unloading. Wow. Wow, wow, wow.
You got that right. Wow, wow, wow. Incredible performance from Sizwe Nikadi. Is he officially on the radar now, Dirk?
Oh, he has to be.
That was great.
How can he not be? 5 wins in a row, then a loss by disqualification, it has to be said, and now a victory over Wesley Hockey. That means a lot for any guy in this division. And Sizwe Nikadi, not a scratch on him. The toughness of that kid.
Let's take a look. The ground and pound in our GNC action replay. Look at the blood pouring out of the head of Wesley Hockey. Vickerswaard gave him as much respect as he could. But once he sunk in that choke, it was over.
Yeah, Vickerswaard was desperately close to stepping in 2 or 3 times. He gave Hockey, he told him to move, he told him he had to show him something. Otherwise he was going to stop it, and Wesley desperately trying to grab an arm, and just the strength of Nikadi just coming from the top position, landing punch after punch after punch. Wow.
Just an absolute mauling That is your GNC action replay. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, safe security and protection. Mutual Austin Safe Security, protecting your assets since 1984. What a win by Sizwe Nakati. Literally shocking the EFC world. Let's send it up to make it all final. Shane the Duke Wellington.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Vickers Swart has called a stop to this contest 4 minutes and 56 seconds into the very first round, declaring the winner by tap out due to a rear naked choke, Sizwe Nakati. And now, to those in attendance and to the millions of EFC fans around the world, let the battle begin! 3 rounds in the EFC middleweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner. This man is a mixed martial artist with a pro record of 7 wins and 2 losses. He stands 1.85 meters tall, weighing in at 83 kilograms. Fighting out of Biała, Poland, Rafał, the Polish tank, Heretic. And now introducing his opponent. He's fighting out of the blue corner. This man is a mixed martial artist with a pro record of 8 wins and 1 loss. He stands 1.85 meters tall, weighing in at 84 kilograms. Fighting out of Pretoria, South Africa, ladies and gentlemen, the reigning EFC welterweight champion, Dricus Steel Knocks du Plessis. And when the action begins, our referee in charge is Bobby Karajanidis.
And here's the Rex Civic Gearbox Hexagon Girls now with the branch open in Polokwane, serving customers in and around the Limpopo province. That is Pumza. And it is that time, folks. Main event, 3 5-minute rounds. There's Dricus Still Knocks du Plessis, the Polish tank, Rafał Heretic. Bobby Karajanidis brings the fighters to the center. Round number 1 is underway, folks. Main event time. Round 1 brought to you by 7 Stars, and he's already winding up that right hand. Rafał Heretic has serious power. It's Dricus du Plessis in the bright green. In the red and white, it's Rafał Heretic, and here comes the power.
He's chasing Dricus down here, and he's landing very accurately with his strikes. It's Rafał Heretic early on.
Awkward spot there. He got spun around, and Rafał. You know, I think the key to this fight, is the stand-up for Rafał Heretic. I think that power is really tough to deal with. If you allow Dricus du Plessis to really get going and get a rhythm, he's very, very difficult to deal with.
Cannot let him settle into a rhythm. That's the main thing. Try and disrupt it. Try and stay as busy as possible. Don't let him take the time to get focused, to get his timing, to get his distance.
Of course, Rafał Heretic, a family man, a firefighter back in Poland when he's not fighting. This guy is the ultimate macho man, right? Dricus du Plessis fully committed to this sport.
Chasing him down there.
Oh, and he's throwing big shots here, does a little bit of everything, but Dricus fires right back.
Not scared to get in the pocket and trade as Dricus du Plessis looks for the flying knee.
What a tussle here between these two.
Pace is frantic early on.
You know, Dricus du Plessis at weigh-ins yesterday was even getting into it with Yannick Bahati. Surprise, surprise.
Big shot by...
And in turn, you know, I talked to Rafał Heretic, and he said, listen, if I can get this win over Dricus, I'm going after the welterweight belt. That makes things even more interesting at 77 kilos.
Rafał is landing hard. Every time he closes the distance, he comes in close enough, lands a couple of big hooks to the body. Dricus du Plessis is working very hard on that inside leg kick that's given him a little bit of success so far.
Of course, this is nothing too foreign, though, for Dricus du Plessis. He is in absolute battles every day at CIT with some hard punches.
Yeah, absolutely. Rafael Heretic just so tough and so gritty. Big flying knee, nearly connected.
And he's going to try to pull guard, and here comes Rafael Heretic walking right through him. The Polish zombie, we'll call him tonight. Oh,
big swing and miss.
Right, he turns him around.
Hits him with the uppercut. Dricus is in a bit of trouble here. Rafael Heretic is asking all sorts of questions.
Dricus du Plessis being tested.
Yeah, he's getting tagged in every corner as Dricus du Plessis. Also starting to breathe heavy as Dricus.
We've seen an absolute skyrocketing of Dricus du Plessis in the last year. But people forget how good Rafael Heretic really is. And big shots here, big knees.
Rafael Heretic is looking to finish here. He's landing some big shots. Every single time he gets into the pocket, he lands 3 or 4 clean shots. And then Dricus basically has to punch him away or kick him away.
This is what we would call a barn burner or a slobber knocker back in the States. These two are throwing everything at each other. Rafael Heretic been a little bit more effective here, landing the big power shots.
Yeah, he certainly landed the hardest shots. Dricus now lands a nice straight right to his own.
He comes back hard though. Dricus du Plessis hasn't lost anything on his punches and kicks. He just hasn't landed anything real flush yet. Ooh, beautiful combination there by Dricus du Plessis. Rafael Heretic has tasted loss.
Big hand kick by Dricus du Plessis. That one found its mark. Then he goes with the inside leg kick.
He's getting the rhythm, Dirk.
Absolutely. A little bit concerning if Dricus had a look up at the clock.
Walking right through. Here comes the big knees, the uppercuts. Rafael Heretic. Dricus says bring it on.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Rafael is landing hard and strong with a lot of bad intent. Now Dricus looks for the takedown easily.
He's having nothing of it there. And quickly
easily stuffed. Yeah, easily stuffed by Rafael Heretic, and it looked like he was going for a guillotine, but Dricus has pulled out of it.
Oh, and he ate a big knee there. Rafael Heretic. In my short time here in the EFC, I've never seen anybody tested like this.
What a fight early on. Still plenty to go. Now Dricus lands a couple of good shots. Rafael is trying to unload every single time he gets into the clinch. Good
and he takes him down easily.
Straight into side control is Rafael Heretic. He won't be able to finish, not enough time left.
And look at that sprawl game of Rafael Heretic. He is in complete control, Dirk. That was a dominant round by Rafael Heretic. Not quite a 10-8, but that was a strong round by the Polish fighter.
Yeah, Dricus certainly not out of it. He landed a couple of shots of his own, but every single time Rafael Heretic closes the distance, he gets into the pocket, he lands 3 or 4 big body shots, lands 1 or 2 big shots up top as well.
You know, and I don't want to, I feel like I don't want to insult Martin Madsen, who had a war with Dricus as far as testing him. That being said, stand-up wise, nobody's just beat up on him like Rafael Heretic did in round number 1.
Not that amount of unanswered shots, and
exactly
just the accuracy that he has as well. And it's so deceiving because when you look at him, he's not this shredded guy with veins running everywhere, but he's got so much power, and that's just the grind that we constantly talk about. And it's the accuracy that he punches with.
Polish tank, not the Polish buggy, not the Polish sedan.
Doesn't have
Polish
to look pretty.
Tank.
Doesn't have to look pretty to be effective, and my goodness, is he effective.
Wow, that was a really eye-opening round number 1, and the fans here in Carnival City in the Big Top, I think, are a little surprised. Nobody really saw that coming. They didn't think it would be quite so dominant for Heretic. But Dricus looks focused, ready to go, and it's round number 2. Remember, this is a 3-round affair, folks. Round 2 brought to you by 7 Stars Energy Drink. The party starts when the stars are out. High-powered, guarana-based energy drink, 7 Stars. Oh, and then with that uppercut is really lethal.
Both guys are throwing big. Someone's going to go down.
Big shot. That left hook landed on the money. And
okay, here comes Rock.
And there's another one. This is Rocky.
Dricus trying desperately for the flying knee. Rocked Heretic with a big left hand, but looks like he's recovered. He manages to get him down to the deck.
But quickly recovering is Rafal Heretic, you're right.
Wow.
They were trading devastating blows. Rafal Heretic hit a disgusting hook shot. And then it was Dricus du Plessis answering with an even harder shot. That just goes to show you the power of Dricus. And remember, Rafal Heretic has been knocked out a few times, folks. Now showing a little bit of wear and tear as Rafal Heretic.
It'll also do the world of good for the confidence of Dricus du Plessis.
He's keeping those hands down, too. Look how far those hands are down around his waist.
He's also breathing heavy now as Rafal Heretic.
He's got a long ways to go. We're only about a minute and a half into round number 2. He's going to have to recover.
Dricus certainly hurt him badly with that shot, and he's still not
Dricus isn't moving very gingerly either.
No. Both of these guys have taken some big shots, and both of them will need to dig deep here.
I feel like they just want to say, okay, guys, time out. So we're just going to rest for a second.
And now looking for the takedown, stuffed almost immediately, but he gets him down.
Can he keep him down? The strength of du Plessis, we talked about it before. He's very hard to deal with on the ground.
Heretic's going to get back to his feature. Du Plessis is going to have to watch out for the guillotine.
And he does. Oh, and he's underneath his neck.
Rafa's got this locked up. Dricus is going to have to fight out of this.
And he is wrenching on the neck, but how tight is it, Dirk? Wrenching on the neck of Dricus du Plessis as Rafal Heretic, the Polish tank. How close
the hands
is it?
His hands aren't quite close together. Now they are.
Oh,
he lets it go. I don't think he's quite got this because
he's still yanking on it, though. I don't know how tight it is. If he can crank it and turn that elbow up.
Constantly reversing his hands or resetting his hands as Rafal Heretic, but he's squeezing on the neck.
And this could be detrimental to Heretic.
He's let it go. Now Dricus looks for the takedown again. Rafal Heretic
with a beautiful sprawl there, not allowing the takedown. Oh, he's going for the anaconda, but he can't clap.
Dricus gets out of the hospital on the check.
Oh, out of nowhere! Dricus du Plessis is going to get him. Oh,
I think he's safe. I think he's out of trouble. My goodness me. But now he can look. Rafal looking for the reversal here, trying to wall walk. Dricus du Plessis, can he pin him down and work a ground and pound assault? Now he does. Elbows to the face. Again and again, the crowd have lost their mind.
That was lightning quick. He's got plenty of that Q4 fuel in his tank still. Dricus du Plessis.
Crowd going well. Dricus is digging deep. A minute 38 remains in the second round. He's got time to work.
The Rafal Heretic
is going to get back to his feet. Now Dricus locks it up again.
Oh my God, Dricus du Plessis is an absolute beast.
He's got it. He gets the victory.
Dricus du Plessis. Oh my goodness, it took a couple of RPGs.
Unbelievable. Dricus du Plessis, take the bow, young man.
That was a classic. Dricus du Plessis, you are the man tonight. This is your year.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Gorgeous victory by Dricus du Plessis. What can you say? That kid is an absolute beast. That man is an animal. Wow. Just when you think he's shocked, just when you think he's tired, that explosion.
Reversal in seconds, in milliseconds. Locks it up. Incredible. I think the thing that changed the fight was that one big shot that he landed in the second round. It swung the momentum in his favor, and from there he just had a lot of work to do. Rafal Heretic was not going away for any money. Landing some big shots, Dricus du Plessis, but Rafal Heretic again reversed. There it is, locks it up, cinches it in. That is so deep and so tight. Look at him, just wrenching, gets the victory. A relieved man with Rafal Heretic falling on top of him. Wow, he had to fight tonight.
But that was a heck of a fight, and it reminds me so much of the Van Staden fight, the scrambles that he had, and somehow Dricus would continue to come out on top, and that's exactly what happened in this fight. Had a feeling if it went to the ground, the power of the technique was going to go the way of Dricus du Plessis, and it did.
Absolutely incredible. You can't say enough about this performance tonight.
He's a talent.
And he was pushed. He was pushed into a deep, dark place by Rafal Heretic. He took a bunch of very hard shots.
He still has work to do in his career. That
He's
kid
still
right now
so young, though.
is
So
already an international star. 100%. You better put his name in lights. Let's send it up to Shane the Duke Wellington for our official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Bobby Karagianidis has called a stop to this contest 3 minutes and 34 seconds into round number 2, declaring the winner by tap out due to a guillotine, Drickus Still Knocks du Plessis.
Ladies and gentlemen, get ready for heavyweight EFC 3-round war. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, a mixed martial artist making his professional debut. He stands at 6'3", weighing in at 240 pounds, fighting out of Durban, South Africa. Welcome, Boyka Kabangu. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner, a kickboxer with 2 wins and 3 losses. He stands at 5'12", weighing in at 257 pounds, fighting out of Cape Town, South Africa. Welcome, Shwan, the Assassin Patalino. Your referee for this bout, referee Pregi Baliatham.
So Pregi draws the short straw against 2 big heavyweights inside of the hexagon. Boyka Kabangu, Jean Bezaidnote. And we take a look at our Ignite model. That is Tyler. Ignite brought to you by Dan Bilzerian Premium Vapes and the Ultimate Tequila Experience. Our lovely Ignite models tonight. Boyka Kabangu in his debut. He draws the very tough, the gritty Jean Bezaidnote.
Ready, blue? Ready, red? Let's fight.
And this fight is on and popping. Round 1 brought to you by Dragon Energy, the official energy drink of the EFC.
Nice one, just teasing that right kick. Boyka looking very light on his feet. Like I said, he can just explode very quickly. Just to see what Johan Bezaidnote saying, that we're going to see something very special here tonight. Boyka just dancing on the outside. Nasty leg kick from Kabangu, turns the assassin around. But now it's Johan coming forward. Another leg kick from Kabangu. But Johan starting to headhunt.
A little advice coming from the crowd there, with like a kick to the head. As Boyka Kabangu able to bring this fight down to the ground. Jean Bezaidnote on bottom. We've seen his jiu-jitsu before. Let's see if he's able to enact anything from his back, as Kabangu is in a great spot. And here comes the big firepower, those big sledgehammer shots.
There's a big elbow and some nice follow-up shots from Kabangu. Johan's just controlling the back of the head. That big one right from Kabangu just whistled past the left ear of Bezaidnote. Just want to go to the body now as Kabangu. Just the left forearm
Short
across the
elbow
face.
there by Boyka Kabangu, and here he follows it up with a little bit of ground and pound. And Jean Bezaidnote just trying to stay calm there on bottom. Doesn't seem to be in any danger of a submission right now, as Boyka just on top, using all of his energy. One thing that Bezaidnote has over Kabangu is that experience, and where Boyka Kabangu is trying with everything that he has to throw those punches. He's using a lot of energy. These are big boys.
Yeah, those left elbows starting to grind on the face of Bezaidnote from Kabangu. Just using that left forearm to continue
Well, Simon, he's not only doing that, he's bouncing his head off of the canvas.
He is, and Bezaidnote's still in it. Pregi's looking very closely. Some big shots coming in now for Kabangu, who's starting to go to work.
There it is.
Bezaidnote needs to get out of this. He's covering up. He's trying to just hip escape as much as he can. Kabangu continues to just hunt him down and just get the shots down as much as he can. How is Bezaidnote still in this?
Man, what a show of attrition here by Jean Bezaidnote, able to take this damage Like you said, trying to get out of the position. Kabangu continues to hammer away at him. Still has a ton of energy. Hammer shots.
Full mount now. Oisno still in half. Is he just going to like take all those shots and let Kabangu shoot his wad as that right elbow comes down on the side of the head of Bezuidenhout? And he's slowing down now as Kabangu. Jean Bezuidenhout looks like he's a bit. Is he out? He's fighting.
I think he's done.
He's trying to simp away.
Step in. I think Jean Bezuidenhout might be out. He's very, very close.
The referee's still looking very, very closely.
Keep throwing.
Oh, he's taken so many elbows, but the power seems to come out of it now. Bezuidenhout's just wincing away, but trying to wipe something out of his eyes as Kabangu continues with those little elbows. As I said, the power's left him a little bit, but just the amount of attrition of those shots. I don't know how Bezuidenhout is still in this. I mean, he's not really covering up much. He's trying to get up.
And Boyka's not getting a lot behind those punches right now either. He's definitely losing a lot of steam. He's going to have a hard time if it does go to the end of the round. We still have a minute to go. You can tell, using a lot of energy right now is Kabangu. Can the assassin survive until the end of the round?
It'll be a remarkable feat if he does. He's just trying to turn in a little bit, and he's reversed Kabangu. Bezuidenhout's now on top in side control, and he's got own elbows are coming down now. Kabangu's covering up with 30 seconds left in the first. Now he's taking the back. Bezuidenhout starting to get his shots off as Kabangu's just covering up with very little defense.
Where did this come from? Jean Bezuidenhout with this huge burst of energy.
Oh, big
20
shot
seconds.
from
This might be a
Bezuidenhout.
massive comeback here, Simon.
The referee's looking
One
closely.
after another, 17 seconds.
Unbelievable. It's
And he's
over.
taking all
Bezuidenhout
the
wins.
damage. That's it.
Unbelievable. What a performance from Jean Bezuidenhout to take the win out of that. Amazing.
Wow, massive comeback. That was incredible. He just took damage for about 2.5 minutes straight, and then gets this burst of energy and finishes Kabangu. And Kabangu was just absolutely worn down. And we talked about it. It's the experience. It's being in wars before, being in there with top talent. And tonight, it paid off for Jean Bezuidenhout, who is able to pull off the victory. One of the wildest highlights that we've ever seen, and now it's just setting in for Boyka Kabangu. Very disappointed, but more than that, absolutely 150% exhausted right now.
Yeah, Kabangu just collapses to the ground after both lads embracing. But how did Jean Bezuidenhout take all those shots? At some point, Cyrus, you were saying that he's out of it because he really didn't have any defense going on. He wasn't able to control Kabangu, you know, as much as he did for the most of that ground and pound, and he was just flailing around and was taking those shots. But it's just the tide was turning when the power went out of Kabangu's elbows, and Bezuidenhout just sensed the fact that he still has a chance and came back with an absolutely fantastic reversal. I hope we see it because it was just pulling it out of the bag of hurt for Jean Bezuidenhout. You can see the ground and pound for Kabangu was just incessant. Went down to the body at times and then mixed it up to the head with the elbows, and there it is. Beautiful reversal from Bezuidenhout. Kabangu didn't know what to do as the ground and pound started coming down, and how Bezuidenhout had the cardio to carry on with these shots after that kind of beating is beyond me. Absolutely incredible. See the mouth guard for Kabangu comes out as Bezuidenhout just goes to work. Incredible. You can see how much that means.
Fantastic work there. Jean Bezuidenhout, what a celebration, what a massive moment in the career. As he nears the age of 40, Jean Bezuidenhout can definitely put that one right there up on the mantle, put that in the memory bank, because that was a special, special moment in his career. And it looks like we have Khotso ready to make it all official, so let's go to Khotso.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give these two warriors a big round of applause. Referee Pregi Valiatham has called a stop to this contest at 4 minutes and 47 seconds of the very first round, declaring your winner by TKO due to strikes, the assassin, Jean Bezuidenhout.